golden red. It's such a heartbeat pounding in your chest in this story. We're going under and there's nothing we can do. The final hour before we let it go to red. It's such a heartbeat pounding in your chest in this story.
Backlash written on me, card popping on the glass bowl. I've been balling. 3 more ladies ain't counting now. I'm already out, already on the compound. I'ma set it right. Already on the compound. I'ma set it right. Backlash, I'ma set it right. Backlash written on me, card popping on the glass bowl. I've been balling. 3 more ladies ain't counting now. I'm already out.
Big cup in this store. In this store. We're going up. We're going under. And there's nothing we can do. The final hour before we let it go to red. It's such a heartbeat pounding in your chest in this story.
Backlash written on me.
We're going under. And there's nothing we can do.
Already on the compound, I'ma set it right, right. Already on the compound, I'ma set it right.
It's such a heartbeat pounding in your chest in this story.
Backlash written on me.
Wainwright Armory will flip in 4 minutes once the cap's moving. So if you were the Team Red and you want Wainwright Armory, you might let Team Blue start flipping Wainwright Armory and not have your forces there, and then you come in the last 2 seconds, take over the control point, and you take the base.
boy.
That has obviously a danger to it because the team that grabs the cap force can set up with
So,
what is known as
fortunately,
force multipliers. Basically,
there's a 2-minute
defensive
delay.
defenses, vehicles, that type of stuff.
There's not much I can do about that.
Other than that, you'll probably see, if I was to guesstimate how things would happen, there may be some fighting between Sharpshire and Edgewater Overlook way on the west. Wainwright is a very critical base for it dictates the flow into the red team's north.
Yeah.
Broken Vale Garrison is a very easy base to capture back and forth unless they've changed it, because the capture point is so far away from the spawn building, so that can flip back and forth many times. Mason's Defiance is a 3-point base. That takes 7 minutes, I believe, when you've all got... hold on a sec.
Yeah, I think the timer is pretty long, like basically like West Pass or something like this. 6 minutes, 7 minutes when you got
So,
the old 3 points.
When
So
the
it will become a contested and heated base near the end of
one
the
of
season
3
Actually, ideally,
point
you
of
probably
view
wanna keep
cameras
2 out of 3, and then that way
today.
it takes,
So when the stream
much
goes live, I
longer
will turn
to,
my camera off, my
you
face
basically dump
camera,
your forces in at the
so
end
that
to
you can
sort
see
of
it. Also make the map
Extra
larger this
amplification,
time,
there's 2 free
and
bases,
also
there's
my
water purification
obs
at
cam
Southern Pass. They're gonna
is
go
actually
from
working
Guildford
properly
quite
this
easily.
time, so
However,
should
teams
be all ready
with
to go
they
to
can
start
maybe drop
in
people there to start
around
just
10
getting
minutes.
They can grab their base first and
So-
then get into the amp station
Oh.
first. That's to see power regulation. Goes both
The match
ways.
starts today about 5 minutes. We
Okay, 5
start
minutes.
At
10 minutes from now.
later.
Okay, we got 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes, okay,
that's
that's
fine. So extra power regulation is interesting because Team Red's probably going to want it really badly, because if the issue is that if extra power regulation goes into the Team Blue in the south, Woodman ASE, and you can see by the number of lattice links, it's a very vulnerable base, and that it just opens up lots of lanes, because you basically have 30 people, but you have to divide it between all the different lanes, and shuffling people back and forth, and population management is
Welcome,
an
ladies and
important
gentlemen. I'm Eros, your referee for the community match today. The
Where is
duration
he?
of the match are 90 minutes. The streaming team for today are Farah, Nico,
Alright,
and
I muted
Uptick.
him. You can do the same if you like.
The general
I'll
rules
unmute him in a moment.
for
So
a
anyway,
PSP
the,
event are
as we were saying,
if
it's
you are
very
using,
important to see. If you don't know
a
about
PSP
lattice
account
links,
on
the
Giga,
general
must
principle
be on the
is
PSP
if you
TS.
own a base and the capture point is fully
You
secure
don't delete
and
any
it's not under
characters,
attack, you can
and
Not delete any characters.
then
right
attack
up
the
in
next
front
base
of your
along
name,
in
your
the
character
lattice line.
your character number.
If
For example,
so for example, if we
your
were to look
character
at
PSP
Sharp's Run and Edgewater
0, 1, 2,
Overlook,
3,
if
and
Team
C,
Red was
right up
attacking
in front of the
Sharp's
name,
Run,
0,
right, it's
1,
a
2,
4-minute
3.
base capture, and they're 3 minutes and
specific
59
rules
seconds
for
of base capture, but
the
Team
match
Blue
are
saves the base
no
at the last
anti-infantry
possible
maxes,
second. It will
no
take an
ESS
additional
and
3 minutes
liberators,
and 59
Game looks
seconds
amazing
to
in
fully
full
save
ultra.
the capture
including
point
the
before
end.
it goes
Hey,
back
Marie,
to
how's
fully
it going?
saved, before Team Blue can then counter
Can't
attack
get through the
Edgewater
shield.
Overlook. That therefore gives Team Red 3 minutes and 59 seconds to re-attack Sharp's Run to keep the momentum on that base, or they can use that 3 minutes and 59 seconds to go somewhere else entirely before Edgewater Overlook becomes even just attacked. And then that's another 4 minutes. So the point is, population management is something where you can attack something. If it fails,
So,
you can
Farah is currently
else.
talking,
Maybe Team
trying
Red's
to
also
explain
attacking Wainwright, and you can double
what's
the population of Wainwright. Team Blue
with the smash.
has to then juggle, well, how many people do we
So,
stay and leave
currently-
defending Sharp's Run, and then how many people do we try and kind of balance with Wainwright? So there's a lot of going back and forth.
This is the
Depending on
current
how well
map.
balanced the teams are, we can see some extremely close fights today.
There's going to be...
Yeah, as you said, in Cyrus map, that's just how the population are going to be used.
Hey, here.
If you're attacking
10
base
minutes,
with
about
12
7 or
people,
8 minutes to
and
start.
the defenders, and you attack so well that the defenders needs to be like 24, 48. You basically attract a lot of population that is not on the rest of the map, so you have an advantage here. You create a favorable
Everyone can check
condition for
the server chat
for attack
or
to attack the
stats for today.
another
That
base.
should be rolling.
So, yeah,
They'll be
as
posted
you
in
said,
the CS Discord as well.
that will be all the matters of population and numbers on certain base. If you can defend without being overpopping,
Should we go
that will
over
be
to the other
great.
side of the
If you
map?
can attack without being overpopping it as well. That will be
See what the TR are
just
doing.
awesome, because the other difference of population will be somewhere else on the map, doing a defense, doing an attack. So yeah.
Super speed.
There is a lot of neutral bases, and
Yeah, so what's probably going to happen is Metal Mary Gardens is a very interesting base to fight over because it's it has a central
So
massive
it seems
tree,
that there's
and,
more
there are
Valkyries
ways
on
of
this
getting
side than there is
vehicles inside the
Galaxies.
base. Most of the base is designed so that you can't get Sunders in. So on the south side you can drive Sunders in. So
Clear out of
depending
that
on how
area.
the teams play out Upper Nettlemar, that's one. Eastern Substation has also got the same situation. There are staircase ramps that allow you to get into the internal capture base, a point room, as it were. So that'll be the middle base between Horvath and Genesis. These are 2 3-point bases, and 3-point bases typically take a long time to capture, and they're like a natural block to prevent teams from getting any further without a lot of pressure.
I don't know why my alerts
At
do
a
that. It's
guess,
so bloody
if I was
annoying.
the opening commander here, I
They
would
have them turned
probably
off.
place hold the line at Nason's Defiance, Broken Veil, Ixtav, that type of stuff. Nettlemare Gardens, Eastern Substation. Or don't
the
let it go more than a base
bases
or
banned
two.
during
And then I would
the
stack
smash, mainly the
everything.
routing
If I had a
spires.
really
Yeah, there's
strong
no
route, I would
construction in
stack
the
on
game, mate.
west.
No
You know,
construction in the
Edgewater Overlook to Sharp's Run,
in the
and
server
then a
smash.
second team that's on Wainwright Armory. For Team Blue or Team Red, especially Team Red though, because if you get Wainwright Armory, it leads up Iron Quay, it leads up Construction Site Alpha, Sharp's Run, that leads into Genudyne Holographics and Fort Drexel. So that's 4 bases on a flip there. If you can pressure either of those larger bases, especially Genudyne, because you can get vehicles up into the capture buildings,
Yeah.
and then
Broccoli
it
tastes
just
like
pushes a whole lane. And the other issue is you're really far away. Like the fighting is mostly on the Broken Veil Garrison down to Huracan Amp Station around Nason's Defiance to the east. So this western flank is way out there. So to get forces to redistribute and repopulate over there is very, very difficult.
yeah, it's true that
The match starts
from the
5
Wargate,
minutes. The
that's
match
basically
starts.
the
5 minutes start time.
process from both Wargates, since we have the southern and the eastern Wargate. So yeah,
This game looks
I
absolutely
totally agree.
glorious.
If you want to pull a galaxy
Look at it.
from the Wargate, you will take
Just looks so
forever
pretty.
to join the fight there. So you have to pull your force.
Then everyone has to go around
Yeah.
killing each other.
And Huracan Amp Station and Icon Biolab can be a good relay, but depending on which faction will own Broken Veil and Nation Defiance, those bases will be under attack fairly quickly. So reinforcing with Galaxy, Valkyries, will be much more difficult, I think.
Compositional wise, we've got 4 minutes. I'm going to unmute the ref now.
Oh yeah, I did the same.
I think there's going to be a huge push for Nason's Defiance and Woodman's again. I think holding the centre of this map is going to be the key to winning this map again.
Not at the beginning though, right?
Not at the beginning. Like,
Not at the beginning, but because Nason's is a neutral base, I think there's a lot of people going to be going to try and push for Broken Vow and Nason's. So
the issue is though, right? How well do you time it? Because you need a stalling force there, and you want to try and get all the neutral bases as quickly as you possibly can, and then when Nason's is close, that's when you dump.
I don't know if you remember the last stream, the Thunder versus Miller, Sharp's run and Edgewater in the north around the VS Warp Gate. You remember it was a forward and backwards like fight between Genadine holographics and back again. So it'd be interesting to see if they actually decide to, you know, this Force Commander decides to use that to their advantage again and try and push down the flank to sort of Ganon Tech Plant and onto Fort Drexler, or whether they're just gonna, you know, split back through and go to Iron Key. But I mean, it'd be, you know, a lot of the times they push down the south and through the centre. So I'm kind of hoping this time the Force Commanders do use the north side of the map, at least trying to push that front, or at least, well, like I say, it depends if they want to sort of populate that side and do, you know, push that side. But be interesting to see what they do when it starts.
I'd a guess. The North team, I don't know. I mean, I had a look at the team rosters. I don't really recognize that many people. I think the North team has the advantage on the West. The South team wants to hold, because if you push Edgewater, it's actually pretty decent, because Fort Liberty, Last Hold, non-biased, these are all 4 bases. You get Wainwright Armory, you also get the ability to go for...
Thank Len for the follow, man. Appreciate it.
And
the
then
match
even a chance
starts
other
in
maps.
2 minutes. The match starts in 2 minutes.
So there are lots of 1-point bases, whereas if you look on the Eastern side, you've got Eastern Substation, Ziggurat, Nettlemire, maybe Zot's Agriculture, and Moonlight Foundry. Just a few bases there. Ixtab Amp is a big base going back and forth, and it locks into Bravata. You don't want to lose Woodman ASE, Gurney Dam, you don't want to lose Nason's Defiance, it's kind of a block. So it doesn't like really move that much back and forth.
Yeah. The northern lane is pretty open, with a lot of single point base. So yeah. I do agree that will be. I would not be surprised that the map doesn't really move that much in the middle, except if we have one team really dominating the other one. But the victory might be in the northern lanes, I think. Do you agree with you?
Oh, we'll find out.
1 minute.
Another thing that's interesting is that with the last minute to go is how teams break up their composition, because you've got squad leaders that lead squads, and then you've got platoon leaders that lead platoons, and then after that you have the artificial constructs, force commanders, who then dictate what his platoon leaders do. How many platoon leaders have they got? Have they got one platoon per lane? Have they got squad leaders per lane? How do they distribute their forces? Because if you're too big, clunky units, you don't want the strategic level from the force commander down to the tactical level of the platoon leader. You don't want that platoon leader doing 2 lanes. You want him to focus on 1 lane and purely. And then how well is the force multipliers? How, like, if I tell you to attack Edgewater Overlook, how do you actually go about it? How good are you actually at doing that tactical attack? And that's usually what wins smashes. So we'll find out in a few seconds.
Less than 30 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Alright, turn my
1.
camera off now.
Right, we're off. So that's a 90-minute timer if you've got your own clock. We don't have a clock because unfortunately Poonander's overlay is not functioning at the moment. But let's enjoy all the Valkyries and Galaxies hauling ass out their workings.
That's always beautiful to see that many.
Well, without Reapers or Empire-specific fighter planes, there's a lot less air-to-air casualties.
Oh, yeah.
Right, the orange screen is gone. Warp Gate has stopped trying to kill me. Hey, Unknown, how's it going? Oh man, this looks epic. So I'm at the TR Warp Gate and they're pushing out heavy on all fronts. They are pushing the entire front line all as one. It's actually amazing to watch from this side.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have thought anyone would want to focus on any particular
Absolutely
area.
amazing.
You'll want to get the Ixtab satellite bases going. The power regulation will be heavily fought after. Substation will be heavily fought after. Broken Veil and Wainwright.
Yeah, I'm going to head to Ixtab power regulation.
This is Jaeger,
Let's
red gold.
see if we have one team taking the jump onto the point and as well onto the.
Oh, double Galaxy kill. A double Galaxy, NC Galaxy collided from a TR1. There's Galaxy drops going left, right, and center at the minute.
Kind of like
big
Whale
drop
Wars
on
over
TR.
Ixtab
So
Power.
Ixtab Power Regs I'm at.
Yes, same.
Huge drop here.
The thing about Galaxies, you get to drop 3 maxes.
Oh,
Yeah.
However, the cap is controlled by the Terran Public.
yeah.
Team
TR
Red.
on point. There's a lot
Yeah,
of dead
but,
bodies on the roof.
We still have the NC control of the roof.
Oh, yes, this game
the
looks so
beacons
good.
Are down now
Yeah, I know,
for
right?
TR. There are 1 remaining, but
Oh,
there is
that's a
under
lot of
cooldown
maxes for NC.
by TR.
Yeah, Team Blue has a lot of maxes on the roof.
Yes, they do. So
But Team Red, they've got the vehicles. Here come the multiplier, Sunders.
Cobalt
That's actually
Sunders.
going to make all the difference.
That's a Cobalt Sunders.
But it
forward.
doesn't matter, you run people over.
There's no mod installed, mate. This is just full ultra graphics.
So the actual spawn point, or sorry, not the capture point control is definitely in the TR's hands. Sunders make a huge difference even when a max crush because you just run up to the door and run people over.
So TR have control of the platform up top. They have a Sunday on point and they're using smoke as well to cover themselves. The NC are trying to push in, but there is so much TR pop in high positions that I don't think the NC are going to push far yet. They seem to be only coming in from one entrance at the minute.
So if we have a look at the map, Sharps run TR 1 to 2 squads, right? Wainwright Armory 1 to 2 squads, but it's not actually flipping, which is interesting. Broken Vale, huge population, 4896 for NC, outnumbered here 3 to 1.
With a lot of maxes. If you're looking at the mountains, there is a lot of maxes just to interdict whatever Galaxy is trying to drop, or there is even Sunny trying to climb the mountain, but too many anti-vehicle maxes just denying the access. That's all.
See, what's interesting is that the big fight is Ixtab Power Regulation, as we thought. The 96 plus for both teams. This is their opening plays. But Broken Vale is balanced out, roughly 50-50. Wainwright Armory, they didn't bother flipping it. Sharps run, all TR, 2 squads. It's kind of like dead pop. But if we think about Eastern Substation, again, all TR pop. Nelmar Gardens, NC Camp, no one's actually there. Ixtab Southern Pass, Ixtab War Purification also to those camps. Broken Vale is also a huge fight going on at Ixtab. So TR looks like they're going to get Power Reg, and NC's going to get Broken Vale.
TR are holding. They've got a good stronghold here at Power Reg. The NC are slowly creeping into the point. There's still 1 minute 23 going on right now. Oh my god. This is crazy. So NC are trying to rally their troops over proxy. They're trying to push in. They're slowly going in. The problem is the TR are getting support from the other side. Is that NC? They've got NC Sundays. 3 NC Sunday battle buses have pushed in, and they're actually completely mowing down them on the point.
man.
They've just got completely smooshed. I think this is going to be an NC cap. 50 seconds
Well, the
left.
TR don't have the infrastructure or the resources to spawn options to get back in, do they?
No,
It's a neutral base, so they can
it was
stall
a
it.
good
It's
hold by the
timing.
TR, but it just wasn't enough.
Well, Team Blue is going to probably see. Team Red's got 2 squads roughly on Woodman ASC. Team Blue would be really good if they could leapfrog into Woodman ASC as well to completely lock that extra power right.
So there is 2 squads of TR trying to push into the point now. 27 seconds left.
Alright, you can see what's happening. Team Blue has basically gone big on Broken Vale and big on Ixtab Power Regulation, and they've kind of sacrificed everywhere else. So, Nelmar Guard for 29 seconds, the TR should be able to steal that.
13 seconds. TR are pushing so heavy. 9 seconds. I don't know if they're going to have enough. There's still a Sunday on point. 5 seconds left.
Not with the Sunders on the people there, it's never going to happen.
2, 1, and it's a cap for NC. Saltworks take the cap.
So still on Broken Vale, there is about the Galaxy drop. Several Galaxies trying to head towards the airport, but 1 second will be a cap from the NC.
Ooh, Nelmar Guard. Nelmar Guard is stopped in the 9-second mark by TR, so they're going to grab that base. And Sharp's run, also empty cap, 20 odd seconds that's going to go through. Wainwright Armory, 1 to 2 minutes. The NC can actually redeploy from Broken Vale if they want to. They can do that to Wainwright. They can also attack the Can Sutherland Epsilon construction site. And we see Woodman ASC is beginning to tick now. That means the Terran Republic, all this fighting, all this Terran Republic population that's currently at Ixtab
Still trying to push into point.
all dead. It doesn't matter, it's dead.
I know.
Because they don't have the Captain Woodman anymore.
Oh yeah. Can't capture. There is the 2 minutes already left on Mason Defiance. So NC trying to go for that base in the middle. And nobody goes for the arm station from for East Town.
TR managed to push back onto point at Ixtab Power Reg, so.
It doesn't matter.
But Woodman is cut off, yeah. I know Woodman's cut off, so.
So Woodman ASC, they've got a whole Galaxy squad here just watching the cap, and the thing is, TR needs to send the appropriate amount of people to go back to Woodman ASC to flip it. But even if they wipe everything off, that's a full minute where they have to sit here to guarantee it goes through, to guarantee the Ixtab. So there's dead Team Red TR pop at the Ixtab population because they're not doing anything.
A big push from TR around the banana building. They will be pushing right onto the point, and few NCs trying to defend that base, so TR might be able to flip back the point. Yes, flip the contest is here onto the point, and every NC soldiers is at the first floor at the banana building. They are getting things off.
So,
but what cost though? Like, where are they suffering elsewhere? The NC is actually trying to steal Wainwright. That's interesting. The last
no, wrong button.
Metzelmeyer has been captured by TR with a lot of population still. So,
you didn't see that.
The NC's actually out-popped at the moment, but they're doing Valkyrie or Gal drops on the cap point. 35 seconds to go. It will go one way or the other.
So TR are heavy on point, but NC are also coming in from the other side. There's a lot of dead bodies here, though. But I think this is going to be a TR resecure at Woodman's.
Yeah, TR trying to push onto Wainwright.
Thanks for the follow, man.
Armory, but NC are still there. Few medics, so a lot of dead people onto the points. Few res grenade as well. Oh, 9 seconds.
NC are pushing.
NC got it.
Are going to have enough.
The point was flipping. Oh, who was that? A last moment Valkyrie drop. Reinforcements. But the point's flipping in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That TR drop from the Valkyrie was it on the 3-second marker.
Oh my god. That was the drop from the Valkyrie and the big res at the last second, 3 seconds defense from TR. Amazing. Now it's just going to be cleaned off the remaining reinforcements.
Oh, I see Ixtab Power Reg is going down. But see the NC shuffled over to Nason's Defiance.
Nason's Defiance has been capped. They're going to be pushing Woodman now.
So the population of Team Blue that was on Power Reg moved over to Nason's, and that was their thing. If they get Nason's, that's it. Now they can apply pressure because the TR is attacking except power regulation, but this NC Blue
love this game,
going to redirect and
who's representing each faction?
While the TR is actually doing
it's Community Smash, mate, so it's from all servers. It's balanced teams as much as possible. So
they can still be contested.
So NC need to get over to Ixtab Power Reg now and defend Ixtab Power Reg for what it is. They would probably be best to try and push through Genesis Terraforming, go to Eastern Substation and start to push the on Bravata PMC. I know it's a bit of a pain to get there, but it will pull them off and enable them to get to the AMP station a little bit better.
What's the big swirly thing above construction site?
That is an anomaly, and hopefully the devs are going to deal with that. That's an air anomaly, and that should not be happening right now.
Not.
I know. Paul and Drew from Daybreak Games are actually playing the Community Smash today, so hopefully they've noticed that and it will be getting cancelled. I think that the admins have got rights to be able to cancel that, but
that's allow faction to trigger the alert.
Yeah, it's just
easily.
It's just been cancelled. Oh no, it hasn't. Oh, it's back.
And never mind. We'll just focus on what we can focus on.
So there was an NC attack onto Alcan Southern Lab, but luckily enough,
this is the air anomaly.
To defend.
This shouldn't be happening right now.
1 minute until full secure onto the point. One Thunderers is being
Let's go back to Woodlands.
Triggered, and targeted by the TR. there is a Cobalt
Well,
Thunders
Team
just
Red
follow
is
me.
in a really precarious situation right now in the center because Woodman AC is being attacked by the population that was in AC's defense now is a Woodman AC. And
Yes.
if they get Woodman AC, it cuts off extra power regulation. So it's 2-to-1 TR population at extra power regulation. It'll be dead territory if they don't save Woodman AC. And then even if they manage to then grab the catch point and save extra power regulation, TR is not going to be able to come back. The Southern Labs is also equally being pressured. And okay, the TR is taking Broken Veil, and it's kind of back and forth on the west is going well for TR, but the center and center-east is definitely working in Team Blue's favor.
So
Yeah.
it looks
And,
like
what about the north?
it looks like the TR are not using force multipliers other than Galaxies and Valkyries. They're a little bit slow on the vehicle acquisition at Woodman. And this is one of the key things to being able to defend this base, as we've seen from the previous smashes. You know, if you don't have Sunday support, you will not be able to stay on that point. So
You have that beautiful composition with 3 galaxies from Nest, from Cobalt, just following one another on Icon Southern Labs, which is beautiful to watch. And TR going ham onto Broken Veil Garrison, a lot of population there, but there is pretty much nobody onto Woodman. The Woodman, as you said, Faraz, is a crucial base to get for the 4NC and a crucial base to defend for TR.
Look, the NC is just entirely abandoned extra power regulation because it doesn't matter. 96 plus in Woodman AC, that then allows you to bypass and go around to Moss Ridge. It means you can bypass Bravata PMC, the large outposts, and then once you get Woodman, it's single bases right up to the warp gate. You go Moss Ridge, Bunker, Construction Site, Omega, Fallbridge, Chemical, all single point bases.
I do not know why TR are still on Ixtab, and I don't know why there's 24 to 48 there. It's so confusing. They should have redeployed, got to Woodman ASC, pulled force multipliers from Moss Ridge, and pushed over and defended what they've got. They're going to lose
Broken Veil
Woodman.
Yeah, Broken Veil is a base that can flip back and forth. All that 24 to 48 is very difficult. And it's going to go through the same thing. Woodman's way more important. And Blue is just kind of digging the knife in, and now they're just slowly twisting it at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have beacons onto the roof for TR, so might be a good opportunity to try to push from different angles from the balcony as
15
well. from the
seconds.
first floor.
10 seconds.
Chat. Everybody on the point. That's the call for NC.
Yeah.
You have got a good turret.
TR are pushing. They're on balcony. They're trying to get in, but it's too late. It's a cap for NC. Spartan War Ponies.
So I'm still impressed that nobody touched X-Tab on station.
It's been cut
They
off
don't
though.
want that drama.
They don't care.
Well, both can get it. Actually, technically, if TR had done it, they might have been able to get an active connection on extra power regulation. So they could have flipped this a number of minutes ago. But then again, once you start that 7-minute timer, the Team Blue would come over to extra power ramp at the when it was low as well. So no one really wants to start that fight yet.
So they've gone for Gurney Dam and they've gone for Hurricane Secure Storage, which
That
is quite
actually
interesting.
works.
Yeah.
It's a weird roundabout connection, and it does cut off Nason's Defiance. Team Blue risks being cut off, but the fact is they have all this population. They can continue to apply pressure at Moss Ridge. It's like a game of chicken.
Yep.
Who goes back and defends first? Does Team Blue keep digging in and Team Red comes and defends, or does Team Blue keep going and then so
We need to see NC redeploy immediately from Woodman's if they're gonna be able to hold them two bases. Gurney Dam, we know, is such a pain in the backside to defend. You know, once you get that points in the center, you know, there's only 4 ways in, and it's really easy to defend as well.
And there's we can expect a lot of population there.
I'd like
NC
to
going
see
for Icon
Sunders.
Southern Lab.
NC redeployment. So redeployment wars have kicked off, and this is why you need like multipliers like Sunders and vehicles. So we've got Galaxy drops, we've got Valkyrie forces, and we've got a big run in from the spawners as well.
So NC Galaxy drop straight onto Gurney Dam point. TR fortified position. They've got at least 2 or 3 squads inside. NC are trying to push in, but they're getting slaughtered as they do one by one. It doesn't look like there's any conk nays being thrown, and they're kind of getting slaughtered as they're dropping. So there's at least 3 TR beacons on the roof that no one seems to be killing as well. So this is a good point hold for TR.
TR needs reinforcements though, so it's gone up to 496. I think they've realised the value. Like for example, if you look at Hurricane Secure, it's 24 to 48. Some of that population over at Gurney Dam would be great right now. Also, TR, you know, TR can't cap extended power regulation if it wants to, because with many NCs contested, and so is going down. So the entire NC force left. So TR somehow, how did they figure the cap on moving the NC capture point? How did that get started?
I don't know, to be honest.
This is
Oh,
it's
from
power
extra
regulation.
relegation.
But it's cut off. Is that
Cut
allowed
off.
to do that?
Yeah, that's still one of the territories. So even
Even
though
if it's cut off. Oh, okay.
still count as a safe base you can attack.
So NC are currently pushing in.
Yeah, they are currently pushing those big red grenade from the eastern entrance.
It's
So there
not
is a
enough,
breach
like-
from their eastern entrance.
They don't have the numbers, they don't have this one. Because the NC owns the outside, that means they
They're
own
on
small
point.
logistics, the beacon.
TR getting wiped.
So they'll get wiped. You realistically can only have this happen in the last 20 seconds to kind of held out. And what you honestly need is not to hold the inside capture building, you need to hold the outside. So you need to have like 5 or 6 buses of Thunders on the outside with a variety of guns, and you need to keep the enemy at their spawn routes. Anything that flies in your Air Force can kind of ram and belly ram itself, you can't find yourself constricted to those spawn buildings, then you just get swamped.
Oh, NC pretty close to Katanakan southern map. So it will open another
Stop pushing me.
The bio lab.
attack from
Have they got forced in the bio lab?
to the bio lab. But on the other hand, even if you have TR pushing on the rocket single storage, there is no move from NC to try to pick up that base.
That's fine.
So
we take
now
it.
the contest onto the point from TR, last minute drop, and no res grenade unfortunately for NC, couple of beacons.
So that's
But
a
the port-
resecure.
Oh yes, that's a risk. NC captured Kinsu's map.
So Gurney Dam has been resecured by the NC. They're pushing out and trying to kill the Sundays, it looks like. They've got a couple of
but there
stealth
is no
Sundays and
bot,
stuff.
there is no bot left on Tugun on the dam.
No.
Only 12-24.
Oh man. I think the TR's just saved Broken Veil because that would have cut off Hurricane secure storage, would have been
Yeah.
hilarious. The extra power is going through now. Assuming the TR can redeploy the population and go there, that would reconnect the power regulation. It's a very weird map. Like everyone can cut off everyone at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
You
there's
can
a
have
still.
cut off onto Goni Dam.
There's
you can
still
have
a few
cut off
TR
onto
here.
Broken Veil.
Not sure why. There's at least half a squad of TR at Gurney Dam.
Well, they have a connection for Hurricane secure, so I mean, if they could get into it, then they could restart it again.
Point
Yes,
flipping onto
but-
Biolab.
they're losing Eastern Substation. So, I mean, that half a squad will make quite a bit of a difference at Eastern Substation, as well as Nettlemire Gardens as well. So, it's kind of wasted.
So the next thing that's actually kind of interesting to me is the amp station. So the amp station is like a full 5-minute base cap to go. So you'll see that these numbers will stay really, really low, and they will slowly build over time.
Do the generator are down. Because if their generator... You want to attack that base from the inside with GS descenders. You don't want to down the generators.
No, you leave the vehicle shields alone, and that's right. And then you have to kind of GSD in. So the Terran Republic are already here with a couple of people, and they already have Sunders kind of blocking the entrances, so you can't just drive straight in. Now the issue is, how does Team Blue take this base? Because they have a connection for Ixtab Southern Pass. So what do they go about it?
So,
How are they? Are they going to dump it like at the last moment? Similar to these times.
NC are doing a heavy point hold at Eastern Substation. The TR are pushing in with Maxes and on the roof, however they're not pushing enough to be able to get in the point. The problem with Eastern Substation, it's one of these bases with a balcony which is either side of the point, enables you to easily defend the point without actually being on there and in good cover.
Broken Veil, you have TR to the roof, NCC in control up to the point, couple of beacons, and Valkyries, as well as Galaxies from TR, so I see no way that the NC capturing that base. The defense will happen, it's just a matter of time how and when the NC will be kicked
Sure?
off the points.
It's a lot of NC in this building.
Oh yeah, oh yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong, 90 seconds is an eternity in Planetside, but it's a lot of NC in here.
Do they have on the ground floor? Oh yeah, several.
So 8 seconds for the cap. TR currently are still outside of the point. And it's going to be a cap for NC at Eastern Substation.
Oh, that's going to be really close, because if NC wants to commit for Broken Veil, they might have a strange defense, not a lot of time to defense Gurney Dam.
The NC's rehacking Hurricane, the TR's rehacking Gurney Dam, big ass fights. X-Tab Power Regulation is finally taking down for the NC. The amp station itself is 2 minutes, and Broken Veil is on the 40-second marker. And it looks like the TR are probably going to get this, but if they do, it's only in the last 10 seconds.
Broken Veil has been defended. The point is flipping for TR. Not a lot of Res Grenade onto the point for NC, and there is the secure.
It's chaotic, man, and like I say, it's all happening in the center, and it's like big population redeployments, which is not usually the normal meta in a smash type competition. Normally, those big redeployments means you would be punished elsewhere, but I guess with everything so close, Broken Veil, Hurricane, Gurney Dam, they're for a Valkyrie flight, it's an extremely short flight, so redeploying your entire forces is very, very quick and easy.
So,
alright, so TR doesn't have any respawn option onto Gurney Dam. The last Thunder just blew up next to the point, but you don't have a lot of Valkyries and Galaxies from NC. So 25 seconds until the cap go through, and not a lot of NC next to the point.
What's going on? So, I'm currently at Woodman, and there's about 12 Prowlers just sat here, and I think they're empty. I don't know what's going on. I think they've just mass redeployed from Woodman. I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, Gurney Dam.
Check Gurney Dam. Is it going through?
Oh yeah. Yeah, going through. It's going through.
Wow.
Too many TR onto the point.
Well, the thing is,
Gurney
Dam
Dam
didn't
cut
fully
off.
get saved. Gurney Dam didn't fully get saved, and because they have Hurricane, Nason's is off. And what when we say a base is cut off, it means that you cannot redeploy and then spawn into the spawn room.
Oh my
because it's
God,
cut
welcome
off
to
from the
hell.
warp gate. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, there's a hell of a lot of air at Gurney Dam. The NC, like I say, too little too late. But they are back on point.
Now, what does the NC do right now? Because you see the Biolab, they're actually playing a big game for the Biolab at 120, but it's 60 seconds.
This is on Jaeger.
That also wants to get stolen. So if you're NC,
Community Smash
do you
event.
play for Gurney Dam?
Johannes.
Do you go for the amp station steal at the last second, or do you try and save the Biolab, or guarantee the attack with steals?
So for the amp station steal, you don't have a lot of options. You can't go. You can only attack by GS defenders, and there is not a lot of people on this one. So if you can drive a lot of thunders and just bring too many thunders and too many people onto the point, I repeat, there is not a lot of people onto the point, and the shields are still up, which means you cannot access to the point by the roof.
X-Tab
Amp station.
amp station be taken in 20 seconds by TR.
Oh yeah. Not a lot
After, yeah, I don't think, yeah. But I'm thinking about it, and I don't think there's anyone here. What we should go after, as soon as the amp station goes through, let's go check at the Biolab. I can.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting to see that nobody's pushing that north side again. It's just completely dead from both sides.
Way on the west, yeah.
It's way too far to be interesting.
Yeah.
Even though you have a lot of single point bases
Yeah.
with 4-minute timers.
Is if you can have the problem is that, how should I put this? Both teams are committing such huge numbers that they can't afford to have too many people on the west flank. But if you are able to hold down the central line and defend what you've got,
Is that a Galaxy drop here?
all you do is just push the whole line there, and it would force people to go over.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's relatively funny because onto Akan Biolab the A point is clear. You have all maxes onto the points, but since maxes cannot capture the point, that was really close onto Akan Biolab 16.
See, they got reinforcements on the. Was it on the western air pad? They've got NC's got extra reinforcements trying to get to A.
Yeah, but they've lost 2 points already. B point and C point as well as A point right now, and you have 5 max. Nearly done. Oh! Big C4.
SCU prepared.
So the SU is back up.
Yeah, but
I
look,
think this
the
is a
TR
loss.
has dumped a ton of population. Yeah, no, they've come in here and they've saved at the last moment.
Yeah.
But NC did this 96+. But all their pop is at Gurney Dam. We must reconnect Nation's Finest.
Yes.
That is the goal.
They are going down.
I think they
Veil as well as European secure storage. So they want to re-secure Nation Defiance. They're also attacking Ixtapor regulation. Oh no!
I think they made the right decision in defending Gurney Dam and making sure that that is resecured, because that would have been 3 bases they would have lost, and Woodman's is not a base that they want to be losing so easily.
Right, but at what cost? If you look at the cost, like look at the population dumped at Gurney Dam.
Mm-hmm.
Their pop is theirs. What are they losing from that? Well, they're losing the cap that they had in Ixtap Power Regulation. They're losing Ixtap Southern Pass because that's going through, and Eastern Substation as well. So for the price of taking Gurney Dam, they're losing 2 bases. Yes, it reconnects the center, and that's great. But TR's now got heavily on Woodman. If they get set up, it's going to be very difficult to dislodge. And the NC's going to take Hurricane Secure Storage as well, as you're right. And Broken Veil is going through. Man, there's a lot of fires for Team Red to put out here.
They still got 2-minute cap timers on both those bases, so if they do redeploy at the right time, they should still be able to at least defend one of those bases. They're about to take Hurricane Storage as well in 10 seconds, so they're only going to be losing 1 and gaining 2. So I don't think it's much of a loss. Not for the NC, not for what they're going to gain more than what they're going to lose currently. I think it's the right decision
again.
again.
To gain the resecure on Nation Defiance, the resecure of the center lane.
Yeah.
Losing Eastern Substation doesn't really matter because it will lead to Genesis Terraforming Plan, as well as Ixtab Southern Pass.
But what they
Black Foundry as well.
What they should have done instead of going to Ixtab Power Reg, which is what they're currently doing, is they should have all gone to Woodman's. There is 2 minutes 45 on that cap timer, and they're going to lose that base if they don't get over their ASAP.
Woodman?
2 minutes 40 is... Oh, Broken Veil just got pop dumped by the TR.
69%.
Big drop in an instant.
Shield generator.
96 plus by the TR.
Could you get out of this biolab? Straight through the fucking wall.
And they didn't lose that base.
Yeah, but this is the thing with numbers. Did you need to dump that many people? And given
no.
60-40, maybe, yeah, kind of. See, one of the important elements is when you play is winning your fight. You want to be a 50-50 fight. You want to win, 60-40, where you are the 40% or you're the 30%. So you're going to use these multipliers, and that means that the enemy has to suck in forces. So right now, the NC's doing a reasonably good job. Threatening Broken Veil, cooling in 76% population, but huge numbers. The blue team now has a population advantage elsewhere in the map. Where do they go? What do they do?
It's good use of the shields here. The hard light barriers.
Safe, right? So
really good doubling them up now. You can equip, by the way, you can equip 2 shields as a secondary on if you equip it through with the engineer.
But not to keep the entire base,
when you have it certed anyway, you can equip 2 shields as an engineer now, which makes it so much better to defend from the point wise.
Ixtapor regulation, we had an attack, but he has already been defended by the TR.
So TR defended Broken Veil, and they just, like I say, they just completely dumped it. That's a resecure. It's interesting to see that they are ghost capping on the north front. But there's
Black Foundry is going to go through.
Wainwright Armory is heavy TR presence over there. I'm going to check that out.
There were some NC Sundras at Wainwright Armory, which the Air Force Valkyries, that type of stuff, just took out. So I don't see how the NC can redeploy and save this.
Alright, Black Foundry,
that's a
15
complete
seconds into the timer for TR, and
hey,
you have a Cobalt Thunder onto the points. Will be just a nightmare for NC to try to push through that defense, that attack of the point.
TR went back to Woodman ASC, but look at that, the NC went to Akan Biolab.
Ixtab Power Reg is still going.
Yeah, but if you're looking at timers, the Biolab's going to go through, oh my god, in 60 seconds, but they're being back capped to Akan other labs. There isn't like an established front line of fires.
Not really.
Do you think that, like for example, in the last Community Smash I've played on, we didn't have any team dedicated to, any platoon dedicated to push one lane or thing like this. We had all the platoons were quick reaction forces.
Ooh,
so
I
do
don't
you
like
think
the sound of that.
can play about the fights going crazy everywhere and the population going crazy on one base to defend or one base to attack?
It
Because you
depends.
don't have any.
It depends on your force composition and in terms of the leadership. If you've only got 5 leaders and you can only organize them as 5 blocks, then no, it's very difficult and you have big population movements. But if you've got squads of 2 or 3, like groups of 2 or 3 squads, and so that the composition of each unit is smaller, you can send the right amount of force at the right time. Because there's no point saying, like if I was to say to Nico, hey, send 2 squads here, that means he has to split his forces up. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So Aachen Biolab is going to be a cap for NC. Now they need to get their butts over to Southern Labs and defend that.
But that's fine because timer-wise it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the timer is so great. It's 2 minutes and 30
good.
seconds left to defense.
It's good play by the TR because I don't know if you noticed, but they are taking the tech plant uncontested.
Yeah, uncontested, but 6-minute timer is like
it is a big timer, but if the force commander hasn't noticed it yet, then you know he needs to get a squad over there ASAP.
Here's a question for you: how many bases are the NC attacking TR, and how many are the TR attacking NC?
Yeah, this is the thing. This is a good play by TR.
10 bases are under attack for the NC. 10 bases, and the TR themselves, sorry, the NC, they're not attacking one of them. They're all on the back foot at the moment after taking Biolab.
Yeah, they don't know what to do right now because they've just basically TR pulled out a Biolab, said fuck it, they can have it, but we're going to take all your other bases instead. Gurney Dam, Hurricane Storage, Iron Key, Genodyne Holographics, Genesis Terraforming, and the tech plant.
Momentum from NC. There's still the momentum away from NC. They had it capturing the Biolab, which is a big facility. You are always happy capturing that base, but now you're just on the back foot. 10 bases. That might be just a nightmare for the force commander, for the FC.
How do you tell? Like, how do you tell your forces go here, save this? Like, there's a 62% population at Woodman ASC trying to save it, but this is the problem. If the enemy is entrenched, vehicles, multipliers, that type of thing, you have to send more and more people to overcome the fact that you're running from the spawn room and you're just infantry foot-surging it. If you've got 10 bases under attack, you can't send 60% population advantage to each single base. You might save 2 or 3, but ultimately you're going to lose 4 or 5, and then you just keep that pressure going as TR and they win.
This is such a good move from TR. I'm actually quite impressed with this. I've not seen anything like this in a long while happen. He's basically either told all of his squads to split and take each of the bases that they think, or he's individually controlling them, and that's I'd really want to find out whose move this was to do this.
Needs to watch the ziggurat, by the way, just in case.
Yeah.
Because if they get the ziggurat, they cut off the whole lane to the Mulak tech, so I'd imagine TR will do something about that.
Yeah, Gornedam, I think that the good call for NC is Gornedam. They don't want to be cut off once again onto Nation Defiance and onto Aachen Biolab that they just captured. Otherwise, it would be for nothing. Right now, they have TR has a couple of Thunders around the points. I think he's dead, though. No, he's still there. But very far away from the point.
Thanks for the follow, Angry Dad. So Iron Key is going to be capping 30 seconds. Holographics is 1 minute. Hurricane Secure Storage is 50 seconds.
Holographics is actually the big story here. That's a large outpost. That prevents the push down on the on the western flank.
Gurney Dam 1 minute. Mulak 3 minutes. This is such like meta play. This is absolutely crazy. The interesting
is onto the point in Gornedam. You don't want to push that point because you're just afraid getting killed off by a max. It's not a lot of NC around those doors.
That
so
cap's
where
gone through.
do they want to push by?
20 seconds on the storage. 10 seconds on. If they,
going to go through.
I'm quite interested to see if they continue to push down their lanes. Because if they do, the NC are gonna be in disarray after this. Because they're not gonna. Because they're gonna lose Gurney Dam in 20 seconds.
There is a push from NC onto the point. Push from NC onto the point on Gurney Dam.
Gurney Dam.
To access the point, but too many maxes right now. But the breach has been made from the southern entrance. Few NCs rolling onto the points, but still
4 seconds. 3. It's contested. They managed to save it.
No. It's going to go down to 2.
They've got it.
Medic is going to throw the last red grenade. right now there is a big race from TR as well as from NC. A couple of minutes now live onto the point. The point has been recaptured once again. Another res grenade onto the point by TR, and that might be the save on Golden Dam.
There is res nades going left, right, and centre like crazy right now.
Let me see. No, once you've been wiped like that, it's very difficult to come back. There's some questions in chat. Brubaker and Fallout are the force commanders of Team Blue, New Conglomerate. Maddox and Jiggles are the force commanders of Team Red, TR, if you're late to the party.
That is an incredible push there by NC.
Is it? Well, you've got 66% population.
So desperate.
It's hard though, isn't it? In this is the problem with Gurney Dam. It is such a well defended. You can have an entire one squad defending against nearly a platoon in Gurney Dam. It's so easy to be able to do that.
To be fair, it's sloppy though, because you've allowed them to establish, you've allowed them to get entrenched. They didn't even have any multipliers themselves.
No.
You know, the TR didn't have any like Sunders or other things. It was just a pure on infantry rush. Had you realized at the 2-minute marker, or if you had people dedicated to lanes to fight on lanes, this is your responsibility. You can drift elsewhere, but you must defend this lane. Then ultimately, there should never have been people that set up here in the first place, and you should have had your own vehicles, your own multipliers, and you'd be able to smash it, because the first 2 minutes are critical when it comes to a base attack. If you leave the enemy to establish 2 minutes, then it's going to take 60+% population to get it. Look at it, 96+ to save Gurney Dam. They're going to suffer everywhere across the map.
Yeah, OMR terraforming is going to go through for TR 2 minutes into the time bank.
The Ziggurat.
Still no defenders.
Ziggurat's just been taken. They've been cut off on the east flank.
Oh, beautiful.
That was clever. I like that. Didn't even see that happening.
That's clever, but still 3 minutes onto the...
Yeah, but it stopped the tech plant though, hasn't it? They can just get through there. There's only a 1 to 12. The forces at the Ziggurat can now redeploy, send a few guys back down south, resecure the 3 bases.
So the NC7 Hurricane... Oh, sorry, they're attacking Hurricane. They're attacking Broken Veil. It's 50-50. I don't think Broken Veil will go through. The TR are putting a lot of pressure at Woodman. You see that 4896?
Terraforming. DMR terraforming.
Yep. There's big pressure there, and they're going to get constructions to Alpha for free because the NC can't spawn in there. And look at the TR saving RNP as well.
Right, Broken Veil, the point is being flipped by the TR. Too many Galaxies and Valkyries onto the point, allowing for reinforcement to come very quickly. And the Thunders from NC is very far away onto this base. So Broken Veil has been defended as well as Woodman as well, but this is a 50-50 fight.
So here's another question for you. Remember all that effort the NC put into capturing that biolab? You know, all the population dump and the sacrifice base they took to take it?
Yeah,
look at it, they're cut off because of Southern Labs, and they can't spawn back into the biolab. They have to fly in, and they're outnumbered 24-48. How on earth are you going to save that? Plus the biolab flips so quickly. Was it really worth all that?
No. There's 100% TR there as well.
10 bases being under attack right after the biolab.
Premature TR victory.
Oh, thanks, Bug. So yeah, they lose the biolab. Do we know the actual score at the minute?
Or if you check the map, it's 52 to 42.
But you have cut off territories for on Netzel Meyer Garden as well as Mulek Foundry. And Icon Biolab is going to go through. It will be 40.
Oh wow!
3.
Check the cap going on at OMR terraforming, right?
Oh yeah, there is no defenders there.
Yeah, that's why I am at the minute. There's nothing here.
What I'm getting at, however, is the fact that it's not the lack of defenders, it's how the attackers are set up. They got a Valkyrie watching with the gun, they got himself a Sunder, double harasser on the capture point, and another Sunder blocking the doorways coming in from the spawns on the teleporter. The point I'm getting at is that they've got a limited number of people, but it doesn't matter because everyone's in a vehicle, so they can't easily be killed. They've got all these multipliers. So if the NC did spawn back in on the base with equal numbers, no way do they even get to the cap building.
Yeah, and they prepared the fight. At the beginning, there was no defenders, so you had the harasser destroying the entire infantry turrets in front of the spawn. So even though there was no defenders, the fight was so well set up, and they are directly advancing onto Ganan Research Lab for the TR. The Thunder has already been deployed, and the Thunder and an harasser is driving onto the point.
I'm gonna be bold here and say the front line is beginning to quote mark stabilize.
Yes.
Insofar as we have a flat line between Gihan and Huracan Amp, the Gurney Dam in the center is fluctuating and looks like there's a huge fight there, so we'll go there in a second. But the eastern flank is kind of focused around Ziggurat, and the NC look like they'll get the agriculture and Metalmar, and they should stabilize there. But let's go check out Gurney Dam.
Yeah, Gurney Dam. I wasn't thinking. I'm quite surprised that it's back and forth, and NC tends to forget about that base until 2 minutes into the timer of TR. They are not as well set up as previously, but still 23 seconds remaining into the capture. So the double Cobalt Thunderers will not be enough because you cannot access the point with a double Cobalt Thunderer.
They're gonna cut off Woodman and Nasons again. All that population.
Gurney's gone, yeah. What an absolute waste that they didn't keep some form of squad there.
The issue is, do you stay here for the full 4 minutes or however long to make the save, or do you go elsewhere, dead population?
TR dropping heavy. Yeah, they took Gurney down.
Nice. So now what does the TR do? If the TR can get a flip going out towards Lambda, or maybe trying to harass one cap at Nasons, it locks out Gurney Dam and they don't have to keep coming back here.
But now, NC have forced the players onto the point of Gurney Dam, so for the retake it might be easier.
Resnay's left, right and centre for TR though, but NC are heavy on point again.
Yeah, but so here's the deal.
Oh, look at that push from TR, from the main scope.
Yeah,
the
right. And this is what I meant to get at. For the first 2 minutes, if you have multipliers there and no one comes up, that's great. That's a 2 minute fight and your multipliers buy your time. But if you then get multipliers on point and you lose the base, so you've got spawn options and you've got the people there, the enemy's got 4 whole minutes and all the population are already at the spawn room fighting for 4 minutes. It's so much harder to pull off.
NC getting quite tough.
They are getting clean. This is a pure Zulu just pushing in there right now from TR. So many people just rushing in there.
You have gun setups. This is one of the reasons why you take your gun with extended magazine, because it's so many people, it can be so laggy. You point your gun at the door and you hold down your 200 bullet mag clip and that's it.
Yeah.
That's a complete
Bullock
wipe.
Plan has been defended. Nettlemeyer Garden is under pressure by NC, has been cut off, so no easy reinforcement from TR. Zot's Agriculture might be going through for NC.
So
let's check that out.
Oh, 1 second. 1 second on Zot's Agriculture.
Oh, that defense.
And it's saved.
Oh, shit.
65%.
Oh, yeah.
There was 69% TR at Gurney Dam when they pushed in. What is the actual world pop? Okay, so TR have got slightly more population, 52 to 47. It shouldn't make too much of a difference though.
12. You'd think, but 12 people, you know, and like if you're fighting equally along the whole line, and then you've got 12 people on one other base, it's small. Especially when you've got team sizes of like 300. You think, well, what difference is 12? And it is negligible, but it can make a difference.
57% territory control for TR, 37 for NC. They're gonna take TR. Looks like they're gonna be able to retake Woodman again. Oh,
look
but
at Lambda.
They just took.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, they just took Huracan Storage, didn't they? Yeah. 92% NC there, for whatever reason, against a 10% TR. So are they going to try pushing to Broken Vow and re-securing and reconnecting? But
I think they hope to reconnect with Nation Defiance. In the meantime, they are pressuring Bravo at PMC compound. They have several Thunderers around the point, but still nobody onto the point. There's 3 points belong to the TR.
It's too soon though. It's when you go for a large outpost and I think you don't go to 48.96 until it gets down to the 2-3 minute marker, and the way you get it to the 2-3 minute marker is keeping it very low numbers and applying pressure elsewhere on the map. When it gets to that 2 minute marker with all the cap points, then you dump your population in, so the enemy has to react and it goes through. So that's too soon. The real issue here is, did you notice how at the beginning Team Blue was pushing up and was going for the Hoss and Eastern Warp Gate because they had Woodman and they're like, oh, they're going to go for Moss Ridge and all that stuff. Well, now it's the other way around. Team Red is going to go for Lambda, and they also now have single outposts to the Southern Warp Gate. And you see Mason's
45 minutes remaining. 45 minutes.
And seems the NC
Sounds like TR player, yes, mate. How you doing, him?
They didn't really had control of the other lanes on the sides. But right now, TR have the control of the lanes on the outside.
Woodman's
they are pushing
lost.
onto Ganon Research Lab. They were pushing onto Mulak Tech Foundry. So the only lane that can be a bit fragile for the TR is the western lane. The eastern lane.
It's quite interesting to see that NC are retaking Gurney Dam.
It's Ghost Cap. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
This is what bugs me. There are no dedicated squads on dedicated lanes, so you have all these ghost caps going back and forth. Only now, like what, halfway into the game, is it beginning to stabilize into a front line because nobody's on dedicated base caps or on dedicated lanes.
Oh, big max push from NC onto Outpost Landa. They I believe yes, 60% population for NC pushing the point. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining. The Valkyrie just crashed by TR, but no drop there and the flip there.
NC and TRs just pulled down to the back of NC.
They just zoomed straight under the point. Resecure in 2 minutes on the base camp. I don't think TR are going to be able to retake this with the amount of maxes they've got here.
Oh,
which base?
Outpost Lambda.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. PMC, I think NC's maybe shown their hand just a little bit too early because a minute 40 on triple cap. It just takes one cap and then it just stalls it to like a 5-6 minute fight.
Oh yeah. There is 2 minutes because the A point is flipping. You have a lot of maxes from the TR as well as ABS, so pushing from the A points. And the B point is under assault as well. So
see, the problem with the 3-point base like this is that A, you don't have a spawn room as the attackers, which means you have to have spawn
the
locations
TR,
which they can attack.
The TR are back on point, but I think there's only a few stragglers anyway, yeah.
Onto Outpost Landa.
Yeah, they were back on point for a brief second there, but they've been pushed off again.
And just to finish the issue, see on a triple cap point base, you have to divide your forces either on 2 or 3 of the capture points, whereas the enemy team who has the same numbers as you, they're in just one big wrecking ball. They all attack A, then all attack B, and all attack C, and you can't defend against that.
So the fight has been stabilized onto Runedam by the TR.
Or Galaxy.
But as you said, I really believe that for the NC you don't have platoons dedicated to a lane. All the platoons are good reaction forces.
Look at that! Broken Veil is like 4896.
Bravata PMC is getting defended.
This is legally a 300 versus 300 person fight. I think it's around 280-ish, right? Everyone's fighting a Bravata MC. Tons of people are fighting a Broken Veil, and then you have this tiny ass little skirmish going at Gehanen. There's nothing going on the Mulak lane between Zots and Ziggurat, and then there's a reasonably small kind of mid-tier fight in the center. It's like everyone's basically going to these big, massive fights. This isn't server smash. This is just Kiwi Clash. I don't think there's the same level of organization or like how do you command and control certain people? But to me, this seems sloppy from both teams. If you came across like a server smash team in its heyday, this type of gameplay would get crushed.
Oh yeah. I really remember that when I was
I'm pushing me.
We had onto the lanes because that was their job. As we said throughout the stream already, it's only quick reaction force everywhere, and too many overpops to defense, too many overpops sometimes can go.
Check Broken Veil again. NC just reinforced. I think they might get a cap.
Yeah, they might get a cap because there is no NC up to the point on Broken Veil.
Well, this is really important because it reconnects Nason's Defiance.
Bravata PMC is a wipe.
9 seconds.
TR have managed to sort of re-secure that, and there's 2 minutes left on the timer there. So
all right, Broken Veil go through for NC. Too many NC on the point, as well as Valkyries above everyone to farm the TR, accessing the point from the roof.
Hey Rex, how's it going, man?
They need to clean that base and clean Iraq and secure storage, otherwise it will be once again cut off from Broken Veil will be cut off, as well as Nation Defiance.
I'm glad to see NC's finally started the Moonlight Foundry.
Yeah.
And they get extra summon passes, as you were saying. So that may allow... I don't see the NC attacking Ixtab amp at all. It's just too much of a pop drain. They maybe 1 or 2 people harassing it continuously, letting it tick down to like the 3.5 minute marker. At that point you would dump your population, but you wouldn't do it seriously before then.
Or what you can do is have 2 bases, for example, Ixtab bomb station and Bravata PMC compound, and you try to harass that base. You get wiped, but you already prepared a reinforcement to Bravata, and once you get wiped to Bravata, you just try, you go back and forth, try to steal several seconds of the time bank each time you are onto the attack.
You want to see how crazy this is? NC is trying to cut off the TR by getting Gurney Dam, and then the TR is trying to cut off the NC by going to Huracan secure storage. And then
and TR going for nation fights as well.
So
yeah,
not a lot of population, but still.
There was 2 seconds left on the cap at Ixtab, and they've just been pushed off the point. I'm not really sure what's happening, but okay, they're back on it, and it's a cap for NC.
The facility is ours.
TR is still trying to push on.
Bullock-Foundry has been defended by the TR, and still NC pushing onto the offside critical lab, and they are being overpowered by the TR. So it might be interesting to see how that fight is going on, and if NC manage to capture that base being overpowered by the TR, that's great.
Here's another interesting fact, right? There are 10 active lanes currently going on, right? 10 active lattice lines, and you can kind of condense that into 7 major fights in the way how base is going. So we've got 7 major bases and 7 major fights, and while they have small skirmishes in some of them, it's essentially massive pop dumps on 2. Everyone is fighting over 2 bases all the time. That's not fun for a participant, because once you get up plus over 200 people in a base, it gets kind of laggy. I don't see this being enjoyable, no?
Yeah, I'm quite lucky. I bought a good PC. I can run Planetside. I don't have issue running Planetside.
Lone TR soldier
not like it at all. But,
gets traded by
for some people
NC.
with low-hand PC,
Feels bad, man.
that might be really difficult on choose off
No, it's the render limit, that's the problem.
So
It's
many
just,
NC
you
here.
have so much going on. I mean, it's just not efficient, I guess is what I'm trying to say. People learn early on that you can't have hundreds and hundreds of people fighting on a particular base because there's no skill in that. Like if you are a
I should totally put motion
blur
blur on for this.
Group, you don't want to
What?
get
That
dragged
motion
into
blur.
a 100-person grind fight.
By the way,
You
we're
want
full
to
ultra,
apply
by the
your
way,
skills, your knowledge of the
60
base, your
FPS
force
-ish.
multipliers, that ability to jump between the bases very quickly to cut people off. You want to do that on a quieter lane where it's equal numbers or in 50 on 50 or less.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem, because the average skill of the entire player base onto a base will be lower if you have a lot of people with high skilled platoons. But when you get too much numbers, skill doesn't really matter that much. It's just going to be who is the side with the more numbers.
So TR just cut off the NC again and then by taking here to secure storage. But guess what? Oh man, it's like 96 plus 50,
Yeah.
50, Gurney Dam. They're gonna
Gurney Dam is
re-secure
resecure in 1 second. And boom.
And here we go. It's a freaking merry-go-round.
Yes.
If the NC can lock now, so here's the secure storage is locked off because this time they actually have basic plans to broken fail. So if the NC can get a cap going and takes that power regulation, so you have the population for it, and if they can flip it at first to the storage, finally Gurney Dam is secure, and Nation Defiance is going to get cut off. Maybe.
And it hasn't been the case since the beginning. Nation Defiance hasn't been safe at all since the beginning. On 2 Ixtab station you have a lot of thunders from NC, but as I said, you are in 5 minute timing remaining onto the base to capture, and you are already with a lot of thunders. The repair grenade has been thrown, so the anti-vehicle maxes will just work for TR against the thunders. The thunders will be melted down by
50-50.
2 minutes.
So the funny thing is, TR are back on point. However, they can't cap it.
Oh wait, no, 20 seconds to next up power rig. That's flipping back in their favor. but they're out on Hurricane Amp. So Hurricane Amp is now in the NC's hands. Can the NC get control of Ixtab Power Reg? If somehow they were able to magically move all the population from Gurney Dam over to Ixtab Power Reg and get it in the next 9 seconds, I'd be fine, but that's a big ask.
I don't know if they're gonna. So 3 seconds. I'm here at Gurney Dam, waiting for it to happen.
No, they saved it. But dude,
And it's being flipped. Being flipped to Gurney Dam. The TR are here, and they're on point. 4-minute timer starts again.
The shields are down onto Ixtab Station, so it's easier for the defenders to destroy the vehicle from outside, and there is only 2 vehicles left, only 1 left. Another Thunder is just drive through, but you have too many maxes inside the arm station.
Galaxy drop and Valkyrie drop dropping onto Gurney Dam. It's only 1 squad though, and there is at least 2 squads inside the point. They have got a Valkyrie trying to shoot inside the building, but NC seem to be only attacking from 1 side. Okay, from 2 sides now. They're slowly pushing in. 67% NC. They're slowly pushing inside, but they are getting wiped as they do. Need to have plenty of resonates pushing out.
The wider picture just for a split moment. TR's kind of left Hurricane, they're trying to push Broken Veil and the numbers in Gurney, but there's a double cap. Remember, you just said this a few minutes ago. Bavata PMC 230, Ixtab Amp Station 3. So 2 bases they can bounce between. These are big, difficult to take bases that they're working on.
So NC have managed to re-secure Gurney Dam. It is a wipe for TR. They're actually actively defending this, and they don't want to lose this. So Ixtab.
The TR's SEU. Ixtab's about to go.
So Ixtab has been flipped back, and now the TR defending it.
Yeah,
However,
they're gonna save their SEU. Dude,
no. They're going for Ixtab Power Reg. About 6 Valkyries are just dropping on Ixtab Power Reg from the NC.
Alright, so they're trading Ixtab Amp Station, for Power Reg. But what I'm trying to get is that if they had like an extra maybe 20-30 seconds, the SEU would have been down and they wouldn't have been able to redeploy spawn into the Ixtab and then save.
Yeah, but the problem is when you try to attack, especially in smashes, not really on live, when you're trying to attack an on station, you generally try to bring a Thunder onto the point, which is possible. And I only saw 1 Harasser with a Cobalt at the last instance onto Ixtab on station, onto the point, and that's not enough. That's not how you play. That's not how you want to capture Ixtab on station in general during a server smash.
So we're over at Ixtab Power Regulation, and the NC has Sunders, but they're not inside the capture building.
No, that's right.
So I don't know if it's a case of they don't know what they're doing or what. They've got plenty of vehicles outside not doing anything. You can't get vehicles into the cap point.
The Sundays are acting as a spawn point, because remember you can't spawn around the point now. But they do also need to get those Sundays inside the point as well.
Really? I thought there was a module now that you could squad spawn. If you're the driver with that kind of module, you can spawn in.
You have that implant, which
the
is logistics specialist, I think.
Yeah.
But that's only for vehicles that don't have a spawn option. The Sunder lets you squad spawn in regardless if you're in the vehicle.
Oh yeah. But still, a flash can be useful, but a flash can allow you just to spawn 1 by 1 with a timer.
They're going, I think it's because they can't get through from the other side. The NC haven't worked out how to get round from the other side. So
they had the time to set up. They had the time to set up. Now
they're gonna get crushed. They're out of
take care.
What I don't get is they're playing pretty hard on Ixtab Power Reg, but they didn't get properly set up. They're also playing hard on Zots. I can see that.
So the NC do have a Sunday outside the point. However, it did get wiped. But there's no good outside the point.
The TR just rushed in, and that's it.
That's a wipe for the NC there.
There's no maxes, there's no vehicles, fine. Even the TR even brings a lightning in, and that's just able to spam.
There was just literally probably around 2 squads holding at the top on the platform. It just wasn't enough. Not when there's this amount of TR pop. I mean, they're nearly 60% TR pop. It was just too much. So.
Ford Drexler as well as Ganon are under pressure by the TR. Ganon Tech 1 might be safe. No, the capture has just started for the TR. Whereas on Ford Drexler we are on 9 minutes until capture.
Ooh, numbers update from Corliss. Currently, it is 302 versus 316.
Yeah.
That explains the slight discrepancy in the population percentage numbers.
And did we had that difference at the beginning of the match, or through we had platoons living, a squad living?
It's a bit too specific of a question for me. I can't answer that.
Yeah. But maybe Corellis.
So, currently, TR are at Ganon Tech Plant on the west flank, and they are on the 5-minute 50 timer currently. So
that's. And the NC will have to deal with it, but I'm more interested in the fact that they just dumped 96 plus again
at
on
Woodman.
ASE.
Yeah. It's the problem with this base
They
is
didn't learn the lesson. Woodman is a lab ASE without proper base. The base to control will not be enough, I think.
see the.
No, I understand that they want to secure nation defiance, but even though TR have been controlling Woodman ASE for a very long time, they didn't want to push for nation defiance.
The issue, well, realistically, the fact is they're pushing Woodman ASE, which is the correct maneuver to do, but not when Huracan isn't capped. Because Huracan isn't capped, TR can still go there because they've shown they can dump 90% population and stop the cap of Huracan. And
Look at Gurney down.
So they're going to get cut off again. So the NC push is great, but only if their back is secure.
See, the biggest problem that we always see at Woodman ASE is that they don't have force multipliers. Yet again, NC are getting screwed from the west side because they're allowed to flank on them on the point. They have no harassers. They have one Sunday, which is the spawn Sunday, shooting towards the enemy that is flanking them. It's just I don't understand why they do this. Bring some Sundays. Get them over here. You know, you need to be able to stop them light assaults from getting onto you, and then, you know, the Gao drops.
6 seconds spawn room rush. Here it comes. This is what you. This is what you the defender doing. Yeah, for the Woodman ASE, sorry. So like,
are they flanking?
The fight, I can't say, but since the first 3 minutes are irrelevant, it's all about what you do the last 2 seconds when you get dumped. How are you going to stop that?
Yep, they're flanking around the same side every time because it's not covered.
From the bridges.
50 seconds, they're pushing. They've managed to get to the door.
40 seconds is just an eternity.
There is literally less. There is a squad inside of NC. NC Max is about to go down. They're conking left, right, and centre. TR are pushing in.
Max, get me up.
Thing is, what does it take? It takes 5 seconds.
They're on the point.
On the front door to the point. Exactly.
Yep.
There you go.
They're in. It's contested. There is NC still alive, but I think it's not enough. Yeah. There was just nothing covering their flank, and the TR just literally just walked in uncontested and cleaned up.
Let's have a look at the TR.
Good defense by the TR.
Right now, Gurney Dam, you don't have force multipliers for the TR.
Hey, Super.
Driving through for the NC. But only 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining until the TR capture the base once again. Will NC will be too late again?
Doesn't matter. Just take it back again.
What about Gurney Dam?
Yeah! And they will not be cut off on the so there is a less... the impact is less...
but look,
it's not big.
TR
But
doesn't
still,
have
that's the
control
base
outside
loss.
the base, and every base camp we've seen now has been a simple case of go to the base, put 100 plus people on the capture building, and then see what the enemy can do. Nobody is bringing multipliers or controlling the outside of the base, so that the defenders didn't even have a chance to get this one.
So, Gurney Dam, 45 seconds.
Gurney Dam, the NC are all around the point, but
TR heavy inside again.
Yeah,
they
have got a harasser inside.
Oh, they have an harasser now.
Yeah.
With a marauder, that's good.
So this will be extremely difficult for NC to be able to retake this now. 26 seconds. This harasser is going to make it extremely difficult for anything to happen, even with ambushes and C4.
It depends how organized you are. If you actually have your 40 people in your own call,
15 seconds.
Push now, push now, push
Proxy
now.
calls for pushing are happening. 10 seconds left.
Don't worry about the size,
I don't think there's enough here. I think. Oh,
No.
3 seconds.
oh, C4 left, right, and center, and it's not enough.
Too late.
Too late.
Too late once again. Is there a lot of NC outside? That's the question.
It's a good hold for TR. The harasser is on a sliver health now. NC have managed to get on it. It may go down. Okay, the harasser is now blown up.
Ooh,
Still heavy TR presence inside. There's a lot of dead NC around. They're holding well.
Back PMC double down 90 plus. It's like 15 seconds. I think it might be saved though.
oh, 30 seconds, brother.
10 seconds on a 2 cap. Oh, the 8 points fucking though.
Yeah,
the B
but
points counter flipping.
oh, might be going down the wire.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Oh,
here we go.
3 seconds.
They got the B back.
Oh,
No, it's a cap.
move from Miller Saltwork.
Good count.
That's a great capture, and now you just have to capture Mossridge and Woodman to cut off a lot of territory for.
So,
of the
Team
TR.
1,
Kind of.
which is NC, is Brew, Backer, and
it's a multi-base,
Fallout.
so once the population
And
goes
Team 2
separates
is
and
Maddox
goes
and
elsewhere,
Jugok.
The NC has the problem that they have
The
to
link
flip
is on
3 bases
Reddit,
to
however,
lock
we'll
Bravata.
post it in the chat
Whereas
here.
the TR,
So you can see the
have
teams
one
for themselves.
infiltrator,
There are too many to be
going
able to
around
list
flipping the point,
individually.
preventing
There's
the
so many
NC from
people on
actually
the
moving
team.
up to Mossridge and
There's
whatnot.
20
Aren't
teams
they
on
already
each
moving?
side, so
Yeah,
if you want to
there is
find out who
multiple
is who,
NC
please
already
check
on
out that
the
document.
switch,
I've
so
linked
they
in
are waiting
the chat.
for the secure of Bravata PMC compare.
Right, so here's the game plan if I'm Team Blue, okay? Right now, there's a lot of fights going on. If I can get a Can Southern Labs, which doesn't look like it's going to be the case, but that would be nice.
Right, the flip on Mossridge is here.
Right, so the big play that you go with, the 2 big 96 plus, if you want to gamble, if this game is getting close, you've got Nasons, you've got your link to Nasons, you've got your Bravata. Do the big dive on Mossridge, do the big dive on Woodman. That cuts off
Get
the
over the
entire
Fort
H-tab
Drexler.
and
Oh!
Goidam area.
NC?
Gives you your point. It doesn't give you a ton of territory, but it cuts
One
off a
NC,
ton from
oh,
TR,
poor
and that
guy.
way you're back in the game. It's
You did well there,
you would
Chief.
do that at the end, but that's the Hail Mary play.
He
right?
died a good death.
There is players.
Right,
with
let's get over to Fort Drexler. I'm going to shoot over to Fort Drexler, see what's happening over there. It seems like
Mossridge,
50-50.
It will be a defense by the TR, not enough NC alive. They didn't get the chance to really well set up because they were in a hurry to try to get the opportunity to attack that base. Right now there is some drop with some galaxies, but not enough. There will be a repushing the point though.
So 57% NC at Fort Drexler. It is a triple point hold with a triple stack on A point. TR are currently holding C point, so there is a timer of 9 minutes.
Right, so the TR is actually more separated. They've got population advantage at Lambda, population advantage. Who can secure storage? That's gonna cut the NC off, because the NC kind of wants it, but you see how the NC is playing hardball on Woodman and Mossridge again? 96 and Mossridge.
Are they playing on to Wood? Oh yeah.
We had a stabilized front line for all of 2 minutes, and then it just went to crap again.
And then there was Bravata PMC gone down, and now that's just insane.
Yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong, the 96 plus is probably needed at Mossridge, but if you're going to do that, you need to take it. And then that population from Mossridge needs to go to Woodman, like immediately. In fact, I would even siphon some of that population over now, because you don't need 96 plus. What you need is force multipliers at Mossridge, Sunder's vehicle spawn logistics. Then you can afford to move the populations back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, there is a beautiful picture with all the beacons onto Mossridge command centers. Yeah, I do agree with you. There is one Sunder who is going to be driven through the point with double cobalt by the NC. 2 minutes remaining until the capture of Mossridge command center, as well as never mind. Woodman has elapsed 3 minutes.
Good GSD, Sunday.
Is
he going to get out?
Yeah,
there's no shield anyway.
That might be the good move for NC. They will be taking 2 bases
being
of
greedy.
TR and cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases as well as Gunidam.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Currently captured.
It's not gonna happen though, because TR knows what's happening. They've dumped their 96 on Woodman. They've saved Woodman. Now the TR, are they gonna dump it all in Moss Ridge? How are they going to dump it? Are they gonna fly in, or are they just gonna do a ginormous Zerg attack from the spawn room?
So TR have pulled out of Moss Ridge.
Woodman is allowed to Moss Ridge.
20
But are they
minutes
coming
remaining.
back?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes left. So TR have completely pulled out of Moss Ridge. NC need to get their forces out of Moss Ridge now and go where they need to go. There's 1 minute left on the timer.
No, they need to stay because they've committed so heavily here. They might as well stay because there's a 96 TR plus right across the road.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
If they leave, they're going to lose this. But the issue is, what are they punishing or suffering elsewhere? If they can put out all the fires elsewhere, like the Genesis, the Ziggurat,
So,
the Lambda...
Fort
it's worth
Drexler
it.
is fine now. Outpost Lambda is... there is hardly any NC there defending it. So maybe once Moss Ridge has been secured in 30 seconds, they're going to move a squad over there. The
issue is
Ziggurat...
Hurricane.
I don't really understand the move of NC onto Hurricane Southern Lab.
Why can't Southern Labs when Hurricane is on fire?
I don't know. Like they're gonna lose Hurricane secure storage. I don't actually know why. You know, it's not like they're gonna get
And you
Gurney
will
Dam
be
back.
cut off once again.
Yeah.
You will be cut off once again.
Tyrion didn't even
to be fair, I
try
don't
and save
really know.
Moss Ridge.
They were so interested in cutting them off at Hurricane secure storage and attacking the other bases that they weren't even bothered. You know, they were like, look, let's accept it. You know, we're going to have too many forces here defending Moss Ridge. Let's just call it, wait for them to redeploy, and we'll take it once they do it.
If you're NC and you've got like 20 minutes left, there's only one base to go for.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Woodman.
Yeah.
Dump everything on Woodman. Because even if the tier gets Hurricane, they'll have to take Broken Veil to reconnect their territory.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases they're going to lose. 6 including Woodman. The problem is, like, Hurricane secure storage isn't going to be too much of a problem because it isn't connected anywhere, but that leaves Broken Veil Garrison to be taken. But
Secure storage is going through for the TR. 3 seconds remaining, and that's the cap.
yeah.
Nation Defiance once again cut off.
So I'm going to get over to Moss Ridge in between Woodman's and hope that, you know, we're going to get some decent, like, nitty-gritty fighting over there. Because NC need to be able to go and push that front line to be able to cut off those 5 bases.
Well, the Woodman fight started and they're beginning to move population over, but now that Broken Veil is going through, because it's an extremely difficult base to defend with the Lattice Link, let alone without it. There's a 96 plus right next to that can. They'll get Broken Veil, they'll reconnect their territory. And the 48 or however 90 plus that the NC had at Akan Sunlands, that was the problem. They needed to secure the Hurricane. Secure the Hurricane, that would allow the second force at Moss Ridge to go for Woodman. Now they got a chance of winning this game. Now I think they've blown it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Woodman is seems completely uncontested. It's 70% NC. I don't see any TR near the point, but they are bringing Galaxies and Valkyries around.
Oh no, at Woodman they didn't destroy the vehicle terminal, or didn't watch it, or camp it.
Yeah, Sundays are coming in from behind.
And there is free access to the point. There is no defense.
You can't.
Defending the point.
You can't get
What
to the
are they
vehicle
doing?
terminal because it's too close to the spawn room. They need to be
You
able to
can
destroy
remote
it.
camp it though. So this is,
Yeah.
this is why having external controls important. No, they don't have the numbers. They've
So,
killed
yeah.
the numbers that was going to attack.
They've
Hold on a second.
75% TR have just redeployed to Woodman. They did
Dude,
not want to
like-
lose this.
They sent some people to Woodman, but then they sent other forces to Bunker, then other people to Zots. So they split their forces in 3 rather than going for the cutoff. Because look,
Hey,
the
Nye, how's it going?
On Broken Veil, the cutoff it remains. This is the NC, right? The Team Blue. So that's not going to happen. Plus, they got a fresh attack at Hurricane secure storage, so they're going to
And
reconnect Broken Veil.
and
But they
Underblind is
split
under
their
attack.
they split their forces in 3 instead of going for.
I've been
Woodman
streaming
with
an hour
everything.
and a half now.
Unless someone's done like the maths and realized the cutoff isn't enough to win, or they're waiting for this cutoff for the coup de grace in the last 5 minutes. I'm telling you, the Team Red Force Commander is not stupid. He'll see it coming.
Oh yeah. You know that's the weakness of TR right now. Woodman as a lab as well as Hurricane Secure Storage.
That-
If NC manage to capture those bases, that will be really.
They want
difficult for TR
Akan
to
Southern.
win that game.
Chat is saying they need Akan Southern, and I have to agree. You know, if they push Akon Southern, then they'll be able to take Woodman because they cut off at Moss Ridge. So if they're able to take Akon Southern, then they're going to be able to force their hand on Woodman because they won't be able to redeploy there.
That's a big if, though, because Hurricane storage isn't going to go anywhere. And the fact is, the knife has been in and twisted. Like, the Lambda's there, and you've got harassment forces at Hunter's Blind and Cairn. Once that, see the Hunter's Blind, not Cairn Station because it's a large one, but Hunter's Blind, when that gets to about 2 minutes, the small harassment forces there, if they can get like just small logistics and stuff like that, that's when you can move in the TR population, and you can dump that at 2 minutes.
Hurricane storage, oh my god. That is heavily fortified by the TR. They do not want to be able to be losing this.
Alright, the attack has been set up by the TR onto Broward PMC compound. They brought several Thunders onto the point, but it's only in 24:48. But they are not heavily committing onto that base.
Is the number of equal fights. Every base I've come to, right, where the population is 50-50, the defenders win. And that the people that own the base. So the attackers have the capture point, it's 50-50 numbers, and they lose, they get wiped. Which is not the case. You should be winning your 50-50 fights. That's step one of any smash.
Yeah.
Why is TR defending Iron Key with 48-96?
Because why not?
What the hell? That's like a huge chunk of their population doing nothing.
Oh, they are going ham as well onto Ziggurats.
So,
and Hunter Blind is still under pressure.
Why have NC decided to push J993? They have 36% pop at bunker J993. I don't see why. They need to...
They've lost, that's why, because they were being pushed off. It was 50-50 in the running pop. But the thing is, what gets me is that they tried to go for Zot's Abatorium, and they tried to go for Bunker, and they tried to go for Woodman at the same time. See, the counter threat is if the NC was somehow to keep Hurricane secure and then Broken Veil, they've got one side of the pins here. And then if they went Ravaka PMC Moss Ridge onto Woodman and keep their entire force of Woodman, not splitting up Bunker and Zot on Woodman, that would have worked. The TR's counterplay to this, the counterplay, is to take Ziggurat and then force Eastern Substation, because that then cuts off Bravata on the other link.
So NC have pushed onto Hurricane Storage. They've pushed the TR off. TR are still dropping here. A couple of Valkyries dropping a small squad, but they're just getting wiped as they dropped. 3 minutes on the timer for here. I don't know if it's going to be enough for them to actually be able to push them enough to be able to take the next base. I mean, they've got to resecure this with 3 minutes and be able to take Woodman's before the end of the smash, which is, what, around 10 minutes now?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be cutting it fine.
Ziggurat still under pressure. You have a couple of Valkyries farming above the point, 2 from the TR. The beacons are here for the NC as well as TR. And the flip is here, the defense is here for the NC on Ziggurats. Though they will not be losing that base as yet.
Yeah, 48-96, redeploy that. So they've resecured Khan Station and construction site SRP Hydroponics and construction site Sigma, because they were being capped.
If I am NC right now, put everybody you've got on Hurricane and everybody else on Woodman, double those 2-point bases.
Just need to cut them off, cut their territory off, and see what happens.
Veil is, like, I don't know what you can do about Broken Veil, right? I mean, it's going to be what it is, but Broken Veil is one of those bitch bases that you can then jump on. But the thing is, that's 8 minutes. If there's 10 minutes left in the game, you're going to need at least 8 minutes to have this go through. But you're at the end of the point where, right, it doesn't matter about Ziggurat, drop everything on the Woodman.
Yep.
Like, oh, they've got 1 to 12 in Bunker. That's not it.
I don't know why they're...
Woodman is the key base.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But, like, why are they over at J993? It's absolutely pointless. At this stage.
Dude, yeah, I that might be one guy. I check that out.
So
no.
NC are about to get pushed out of Woodman again because they just don't have enough support here.
There is a drop onto Bunker. Why the hell will they drop onto Bunker?
That's so strange. That's such a strange decision right now.
What are they doing?
If you can keep air control over Woodman AFC, or even just vaguely, that means you can control the roof. If you can control the roof, there's only a spawn building. There isn't a teleporter that's useful. You can dominate anyone that goes to the vehicle pad or anyone that comes out the spawn room. It involves air control. There's 2 minutes to go on the base. What's the capture? Oh my god, right, popped already.
The outpop,
So, TR are heavy on Woodman. It is a 2-minute cap timer, but it's just about to be flipped by the TR. And it's starting to be reverted. 67% TR.
Do you think that they want to hide their population around the bunker or?
No, I think it's just they don't know what they're doing. I think they realize that if we attack here, then everyone's gonna come. Like
10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes.
Alright, okay,
Yeah,
so
already 10-minute mark.
Okay, so they've still got time.
They're saving Broken Veil again. See, they're saving Broken Veil 24-48, and that's fine, that's great, but that's only because the TR was pulled from Broken Veil for Woodman because they realised how important Woodman is. They can't afford to lose that.
Bit warm now.
My goodness.
Good man. Let's
And
check
look-
Huracan. Woodman has been defended by the TR once again, and yeah, I do agree with you. That's and
So there's another
does not find the key points, the key bases that they need to attack. They cannot focus.
Or let me put it this way to you, right? If you are the force commander and you look at the map and you realize, well, this is what we need to do. We need to attack here, here, and here. Or this is basically what we go for. How good is your platoon? Like, if I was to say to you, I want to take your entire guys, you know, don't attack, like, I don't know, Outpost Lambda or whatever, and I want you to drop everyone on Woodman AC. How A, are you able to logistically do that? Do you have the Galaxies, Valkyries, whatever to fly there? And B, how long is it going to take you to get there? Because if I tell all forces drop Woodman ASC, there's no point everyone coming in piecemeal one at a time.
Yo, oh yeah.
If I was...
It will be, squad by squad, Galaxies by Galaxies, several Valkyries at the same time.
I think if I was making the decision right now, I would bring four Sundays in with anti-infantry and Basilisks and Cobalts on top. Pile them in, all blockade, with repair engineers on the other side, and just secure the back front of Woodman ASE. And then get two or three squads to drop on the point and clear up. At the minute, there is no force multipliers helping them, stop them from getting flanked. They just keep dropping on the roof, dropping to the balcony, running in and dying.
Oh, yeah.
TR is just putting out fires. They've got the territory control. They don't need to capture any bases. They're just playing pure defense.
Yep.
So if NC wants to do this, they need to go for a base that is, I mean, low. I mean, like, the population of Woodman was low. Now that it's 48, you can't escalate on a 48 plus because they're already entrenched.
Yeah, and there's still gonna be on the block.
There is some NC on point though. I don't know if it's enough. They've got maxes. There's a max inside just farming.
That's a really good play by the TR.
So NC have now been able to retake Woodman, but the problem is it's too late because Moss Ridge is being capped from behind.
And this is another element of play on lattice lines. You can't send your entire force from Moss Ridge to Woodman AC because one guy screws up 100 people at Woodman because he gets the cap point at Moss Ridge. You've got to keep at least 2 or 3 guys. And if, at the very least, bring a Sunder in, bring a vehicle in, bring some sort of multiplier so it doesn't quickly die, and that 1 or 2 guys, they defend the capture point. If it's under attack, they have a deploy spawn Sunder, you can redeploy a whole squad instantly and you can get back here. Like, and so it doesn't escalate into a, now you've got an entrenched enemy, they're a minute into it, by the time you get enough forces here, it's maybe 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes of relief time at Woodman AC, and that's entirely dead population.
So there is at least 3 or 4 squads here at Woodman ASE, and they're just sat doing nothing, hoping that Moss Ridge Command is going to be stopped and resecured.
Yeah, the problem is the flippies here are onto the point, but you still have 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the timing. So if you revert it to fully secure the base to attack Woodman ASE, you are burning through the. You are burning really quickly the 10 minutes remaining of the match. Like,
so there's 1 minute,
8 maybe.
1 minute resecure on Moss Ridge. It is going to go through. I'm waiting here at Woodman to see what's going to happen. I'm thinking
secure storage is now secure because the amp station's flipping with quite a lot of forces.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the Broken Veil is ticking in. I think what the NC was trying to do is they were trying to get Broken Veil secured so they could do a disconnected lattice attack on a Khan Southern Labs to then pinch into Woodman, but it's just not working.
I'm not quite sure how they're able to continue the cap because they have no. Oh, okay, they do have a connected link, yeah. if they're able to defend Broken Vale, and if they're able to take Woodman in time, then the NC will win.
No. I don't think that they will win. They are only at 38, and
Yeah, but you're going to cut off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bases from the TR.
That will bring to maybe 40 to 48.
5 minutes remaining.
We can see.
In 5
Okay.
minutes, you don't have enough time. Mossridge has been defended already.
So-
There is a squad onto Woodman as well.
If we could go into this, if you look at an amp station, see how he
Oh
said
my
5
God.
minutes late minute? That's a 5 minute 25-second cap. Leave it. It's dead
Yeah.
ball. If you never cap, it doesn't matter. Gahan and Tech Plant, that unfortunately does matter. You need to stall that for 20 seconds, then it doesn't matter. You know, you're reaching that critical section where there are only a limited number of bases. Zot's Agricultural Lab,
kidding
that's
me.
important. Junker Bay 993, that can go through. The Extent War and the Extent Subcast, if you flip them now, they'll go through. But the cutoff needs to, I don't even think it can happen because you need to get Broken Veil flipped, you need to get Cancelled Lab. So that cutoff simply will not happen.
That's NC just got completely wiped at Woodman's. TR were like, nope, don't think so. We know you're sat
the
here.
TR
See you
have
later.
seen through the plan of NC from miles away,
Mm-hmm.
from timers away, I would say.
So
As soon as Mossridge got defended, there was already a squad with maxes onto Woodman as a lab A point for the TR.
So they've just taken Broken Vow Garrison. Like, I just don't see NC are going to be able to come back from this. I think this is basically
Man, TR breached.
finished.
So Zot's Agricultural Lab, the NC was like mainly infantry inside. TR breached the back of the cat building with Scissors. They basically brought in with multipliers and a population of abandoned, so they're able to save their base.
So NC are pushing into Woodman. They know they need to have this. There is a hell of a lot of dead bodies on the map.
It doesn't matter, they don't have much to command stuff.
Exactly.
It's too late now, because we're past that 4 minute marker. There's not enough time to save Mossridge and then cap Woodman. That's dead. So
Apparently, the Force Commander has rage quit, according to Yell Chat.
Oh.
It says FC rage quit.
Has rage quit.
The
3 minutes remaining.
NC Force Commander's rage quit, apparently.
And it has, I think the NC has rage quit as well in terms of population. No, it's still 5247, so
There is still a fight onto Ghana and the TR. Huge forces onto the
that
point.
Brubaker
You have a
or
Marauder
Polar?
RS.
I'll tell you what though, if you're the Force Commander, right, and you're looking at the map, and like us right now, generals in the sky, looking down the map, we need to do X, Y, and Z to win. But if your platoons either A, can't do it, B, are crap at doing it and they keep going to the wrong place at the wrong timing, or C, they ignore you and do their own freaking thing, what can you do, right?
No, you basically do nothing. That's pretty difficult to be in the seat of the Force Commander, because he got the chance to do the strategy. If that strategy doesn't work, or even though the strategy might be good, if you don't have the good tools to do it,
Communication
that's
or the organization
basically
is
hammer nails with
right.
The wrong tool. I don't have the
So
with a
Gan and Tech
screwdriver.
Plant, I think Gan and Tech can actually go through, so I'm going to go check that out. But yeah, so because if you don't have a rapport between the Force Commander and the platoon leaders, like if someone says something, do this. Like if I was to say to you, this base doesn't matter anymore because you can't capture the time, leave it immediately and go here. You know, what you want is
Well, that's one way to
right
die.
on it and doing it. You don't want them to go, you know, to ignore you or just say, nah, we're going to stay here and kill off the enemy. That's not what you're after in this fight.
No. There you go.
Still no Sundays here at Woodman. There's a resecure at Moss Ridge in 10 seconds, but there's no Sundays here supporting the push. TR pushed them off Woodman's again.
Alright. NC defended the A point, so you said they needed to flip the A point for 30 seconds, I think.
But Ganon's safe.
It
It's
will
not
be
gonna go
it.
through.
So
Yeah,
Ganon will be safe.
1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute.
Alright,
What does that mean?
safe.
There's no
Oh.
other bases I can go through.
No, that's it.
Yep.
Oh crap, that 10 minutes quickly finished, didn't it?
Yeah, because all the attention was onto Moss Ridge Command Center, and as soon as that base got defended, NC got wiped. They had a good shot at some point to cut the TR at Woodman as a lab, and they failed. They failed it.
And
And
what,
that might be the reason why they might have failed it because the FC has rage quit, or the FC has rage quit because they failed the.
Well, when you get numbers that are in the 280 number, that's why you have an AFC, an assistant force command, because the force command might
10,
not rage quit, he might have
9,
disconnected or
8,
crashed. You
7,
need somebody to
6,
jump in.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End of match. End of match.
60 to
60 to 38.
So there's not an admin who's able
30.
to. Oh wait, check that out! We actually have an admin to lock the map for once. Hooray!
Yeah, I think they did that.
38.
Here.
So Brubaker quit apparently.
Well, no matter. Let's not go into it. If we can give them a moment to kill down, see if we can't get whoever's left of the leaders for both teams and have a little chat here in an interview.
User left your channel.
Well, yeah, pretty interesting match, I would say.
Yeah.
So Farah will go. Well, Farah will go out to try to look out for interview
User
with
joined your
with the
channel.
Fritz.
They'll come up in a moment here.
Come up.
And,
Please, all force commanders, join the streaming channel.
Great.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Power-pace.
I will expand
User
the team
joined your
speak
channel.
so everyone can see
User
who's
joined
talking.
your channel.
Yeah, I will sound onto the game.
User joined your channel. User
hey
joined
guys.
your channel.
Hey.
I'll
drag,
had run into some real life issues, so he can't join us. Sorry. Well, fucking done. What else can I say? GG. Team.
So Brubaker had to deal with IRL.
Surprisingly well.
Yeah, right now he needed to leave immediately. He said sorry.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
jump
I'm
down
glad we've got that cleared.
to 1TR or to Team 2 and see if they want to jump up.
User left your channel.
Ugh, not about nano weave. What a
Well, that was interesting to watch. I can't honestly say there was a front line. I think it was all over the place all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would literally sum it up.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting to watch, and like I say, it's
User left your channel.
kind of very similar
User
to what we
joined
saw
your channel.
last time with the Woodman fight back and forth, and obviously Gurney Dam. Very similar to the Thunder versus Miller match. It'd be interesting to see if we can move the Community Smash probably next time to a different continent to see some different gameplay.
Last time it was on Amarish, I think.
Guys,
the
the issue is
Smash 4 was
It was an Amarish.
No.
You can't use 300 plus on each side on any other continent. But Hosin, though, what we can do for next Smash will make it. We can do it as a East-West setup, like the Community Smash organizers can do it as an East-West setup, and then you don't have the Southern Warp Gate, and it's again immediately a different map.
Yeah. That sounds good. That sounds better. But
So I tell you what, let's. Do we have both force commanders from both teams here? Fallout, you were with the
Yeah,
team.
I was with Lurwaker.
And okay, so we've got TR here as well. Let me ask the opening question then. What was the opening play from the two force commanders? What was your desires or intentions at the beginning there?
Do you want the actual opening play or what actually happened?
Yes. Oh, God.
Because the opening play from our force commander was to immediately disconnect and leave the ASC with the shot.
God damn! You just oh God! Oh, God damn it!
So yeah, his team speak or whatever, something wasn't working, and
actually
at match start.
Yeah,
What
the
happened?
computer didn't actually, embrace the mic, and suddenly this mic just disappeared, stopped working. So I had to literally switch computer and log into another computer. Jesus Christ, so I literally blew half the match.
Maddox and Jacob, you guys the leaders of Team Red, so you're the winners today. So it all worked out for the best.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, God.
Match is over, mate.
My first win.
Oh, well, congratulations. I'm glad you're away from the crown.
Oh, God. Oh, come on.
If for anyone who doesn't know what the crown is the Korean server, which Maddox was the champion of. So, what was the intended opening play then for Team Red?
Okay, can I go on?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Oh, okay. for opening setups, we had full platoon and half
User joined your
platoon,
channel.
which are of elite squads. Both of the elite squads for QRF go to Sharp's Run and go to cap there. And we have 2 platoons, full platoons on Broken Veil, and 3 full platoons on Except Power Rec. Actually, we're gonna have, we meant to have full force on Except Power Rec because that was the key base through the Gurney Dam. So we did there, and we just put Captain Cox's platoon, 1 TR to Eastern sub, and actually I predicted that no one's gonna go to Nasons, but they actually popped up Nasons like the whole platoon. So that didn't work. That didn't work out for us because actually we tried to use the Nasons vehicle terminal to pull prowlers from there and to get that prowlers to accept power regulation.
I think we noticed the abandoned ones. So that was the intended plan. Did that
Yes.
mostly go to play when it started,
No.
or what happened? Okay,
No,
No.
it just got right over to the edge. It just
So-
went. Yeah.
So the since I was the one that could actually talk. during
Oh,
that-
I was out of comms.
Yeah, exactly.
I was out of comms like
I
for
didn't realize that
30
I didn't
minutes.
realize that he wasn't actually able to talk. Like he could hear me, but he couldn't talk for whatever reason. So I didn't realize that he couldn't talk until about a minute and a half in, when I suddenly get this tell, can't use mic, don't know what's wrong. So we wanted to like push them off Edgewater because East Warp Gate loses the race to Sharps or Edgewater. They get on Edgewater first, but they didn't send anybody the entire northern quarter of the map, which
Yes.
we didn't anticipate at all. That was completely empty. So we were gonna send two platoons to Sharps to push them off Edgewater, and then repush, and then have just abandon the entire lane for timer purposes, and just shove everyone that we could into Wainwright. And they didn't really put anybody on Wainwright either, so that was kind of a waste of pop in the extreme. But they really pushed hard for the middle, and over time we were able to just take advantage of the fact that we simply had more people on the edges to win those exterior fights. And the whole thing changed once Gurney capped for the first time. And huge shout out to the boys today for winning their 50-50s. Those fights are not easy, and they won the vast majority of the 50-50s that they fought.
All right, well let's go over to Fallout. But we've had some drama then with Team Red and their opening. What was Team Blue's opening plan? Because we did see some impressive cutoffs in the push straight up to Woodman AC in the first minutes.
And then it started collapsing. Like I think we lost some numbers just in front. So I saw the population count, and it was always 5% in our favor. But it's only 2 squads, so I won't. The end result couldn't result just from 2 squads. I don't know, man. You really pressured us back really well. Like our opening worked flawlessly. We got both side bases, but then we just kept losing extra power, kept losing Gurney Dam, and then you just get fucked.
Gurney Dam got capped, what?
Destroyed.
Yes.
3 times by slight underpop, like 53-47. I was floored that even happened. Let alone,
I guarantee you
once,
that
let
was
alone
FPSK.
3 times. That doesn't happen very often in Smash.
Well, this wasn't a normal Smash, and we'll get into it in a minute, but what was your composition here? You guys with the FCs, did you have a platoon leader per lane, or how did it go? Or did you just have like tons of QRF? Because it looked to us that you had either empty ghost caps, very low harassment forces, and then just 2 bases 96+. How did you break down your forces? Was there supposed to be groups of people on a certain lane, or was it different? For either Fallout or whatever.
Yeah, we had literally we just collapsed. Our opening was collapsed in middle and then spreading out.
Well, I think for us, I think we had 1 platoon for QRF because they're both virtually wanted to play on their own. So I just let them do the opening plays and go QRF. But mostly we.
Is his mic really bad?
Your microphone's really electrically static. Check that, mate.
Okay.
It's better now for whatever reason. Maybe.
Okay. We have for one side, we have one platoon of Kurev, actually. They wanted to play on their own, so we just let them do that. But mostly, we had platoon eight. We have 7 platoons, most of them coordinating each other, or especially for Xtep Power Reg. There's FPSK, RIMG, and the Wildcards, who was first time as a PL. He did a very great job for the first time. So they the platoon leaders communicated very well on their own. So I think
As-
I have to, yeah.
As tends to happen with Smash, you plan for something and you tell someone they're gonna go there, and then they get thrown all to hell. Like I have the layout in front of me of kind of where I thought different platoons would wind up playing most of the game, but we had Rush's platoon with RMG. They were supposed to be in the power reg area, but they spent basically
User
the
left
last
your channel.
hour of the game out on the
The
western
western
half.
lanes.
Yeah, with near Ganon and Fort Drexler, those were the guys pushing there, and that's where we really saw the territory differential that won us the match by the margin that it did. And they were supposed
3
to be playing on
moons.
power reg. Well, not supposed to, but that was kind of where I envisioned they would normalize to. After
Well,
the
let me
opening.
ask Fallout then, right? So Fallout, you are taking the burden, or it was yourself and Brew for a while, okay? We looked at the map at one point, and you had this
No, Brew
great...
was here until the end. He just needed to run after.
Oh, okay, right. So it's you and them at the end, and you had this great push, and things were kind of falling apart. And then, what's going through your head when you're not attacking any base, other than you just grabbed a Can Biolab, right? So maybe you can explain the logic of going for the Can Biolab, but then 10 of your bases are under attack.
I know. It was a risky maneuver, but we had to escalate something to make to simply pressure them forward. But literally the other bases, because it was too late to send reinforcements to the other bases, at least at the beginning. And then later we kind of managed to stabilize, but again, it was that one cutoff that eluded us all the time. Really well played by the second.
Well, was that intentional? Was it that you went to those other bases behind? Because it was the Akan Biolab that you just was like, bugger that. We're going to take all your bases behind you. And then you literally redeployed 2 or 3 squads to 10 bases across the entire front line. It was such... I've never seen anything like that in a Smash before. Was it like... Was you telling people to do that? Or did they just do it on their own back?
I did, because it was about keeping pressure. If you are... It's literally Hossen, so it's tempo play. So if you're on the defensive, you can't be left on the defensive. We needed to establish some attacks. And honestly, we did get some nice attacks going. We did get Bravata through. Literally, that one cutoff eluded us. That one cutoff could have been Bunker, I think, or Woodman ASC, or Aiken South. And any of those that cutoffs would have literally...
See that cutoff, right? We were very interested in this. We had, or I say you, I see, NC had Hurricane Secure Storage, Broken Veil was cut off, but it was still blue, and you had Nation's Defiance, and you had taken Moss Ridge Command Center. So you're in an extremely advantageous position. If you can, but the TR has a hack going in at Hurricane, and you only have an attack going at the Can Southern Labs. So what surprised us was that large number of population at Can Southern Labs didn't redeploy to save Hurricane Secure Storage. And the other thing that surprised us, which seems like a lost opportunity, was you had a large 96 plus force at Moss Ridge, and it was... You went for Woodman, but you split your forces in 3. You went for Woodman, Bunker J993, and Zot's Arbitorium. And I was like, why would they go for the other 2 bases and not just dump everything on Woodman and then defend Hurricane instead of going for Can Southern Labs and create that cutoff? Tricky question? I don't know. I mean, it's difficult
it's actually
to look back.
The first question was Hurricane, right? So Hurricane we let go because I think we still had Broken Whale. So literally Hurricane was a dead attack on for the enemy side. Like the territory wouldn't count because we had Broken Whale. As long as we have Broken Whale, Hurricane Secure is cut off by default. And yeah, after Bravata, it's hard to pick that one base that you want to fully collapse onto because they can just defend that one base, right? So we wanted to establish multiple attacks, and yeah, we got close. But yeah, what you call it, a base too far, right? For a historical reference.
It was there, it just didn't happen.
Well, let me ask you then, J. Cook. You knew what they were trying to do, right?
Was simply not attainable, I guess.
Yeah, it's a pretty You just have to analyze and look and see where you need to send people next, and when you need to send them. Massage the timers however you can to make things advantageous, and then try to figure out how far you can move people in X amount of time, and that's the hardest part.
For that, we did. Our platoons did a very great job doing some back caps there and wasting enemy pops on, like Woodman or Gurney Dam. So they just like have the platoon. They just had platoon over Gurney Dam and Woodman's, but we had only a squad, either a PSK or other platoons, just to flip Nace's Defiance and cap the other ones, like Maastricht or the Outpost Lambda. So that counter push, even if that's just 10 seconds or 20 seconds, that is some kind of a very sorry, I can't really know the words, but
well, let me ask this, right? Since we're kind of going to close this out. What would you, Fallout, have done differently? Because this isn't normally a question that we ask, but if you had to revert from the beginning, what would you have tried to do differently?
Honestly, maybe making sure that Xtep doesn't get broken, or maybe brute forcing one of the backups, like straight brute forcing a backup. But we attempted that, to be honest, and it was slim. But other than that, I'm still standing by my plan. Like, the plan was solid, and it just failed on that one backup attempt. And I honestly also, if I don't want to like bitch at the platoon leaders, but I do saw that some of our pop at times was moving slowly. So more tempo would be nice. And yeah, that X-Step and Gurney, I'm losing it so many times. It's just bad.
But what about you, Jacob? Like you won the game, that's great, but I don't think we would call that easy. What would you have done differently then if you had the chance?
Well, we would have been in a much better position had we not committed so much pop to the northern two bases. I think if we'd had less commitment there on the opening, it would have been more convincing earlier on. Or I don't know. It could have gone a completely different way because things really played into our favor with just some of the clutch caps that we got, staying on power reg, and also the weird fact that Xtab didn't go through until or get started until about what, the 20th, 25th minute.
Neither team wanted that bullshit to deal with.
Yeah. Well, there was actually a plan to force the issue of Xtab, but nobody ever touched it. So that was kind of interesting because that also left us on a bit of a precipice, because if we had lost a key base, I can't remember exactly which one, but Xtab power reg would have been completely cut off, and it would have been very difficult to resecure had they pushed a lot of forces into it.
Well, I think it's Woodman.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Woodman would have been linchpin in that. So I don't know. Would I change anything? Probably not. This was basically a perfect storm.
Yes.
Right, let me ask you this then. How long have you guys been the Force Commanders ready for this? Like, how much prep or practice? There's a strategic plan, which is fine, and everyone kind of gets on board with that. But the tactical plan, if I was to tell you, hey, I want you to attack Woodman ASC, how do you tactically attack that base? So you've obviously got some people respond to a certain lane. Was there a lot of practice or training, or was it just a case of, on the day, you're attacking here, you're attacking here? Because from us being the eye in the sky and we were looking down, it did feel that the strategic game plan of where to send people was on point. But the tactical game plan of who was fighting at a particular base was always kind of messy. Because everyone was doing QRF and not fighting on a lane, people were just doing redeploy into the spawn room and run at the cap point. It didn't feel like it was organized. And the attackers, they would attack a base, and then everyone would just go into the cap building and then not leave, not try and set up multipliers, not try up sunders, not trying to spawn options, not trying to deny the cap building. It just seemed kind of sloppy or messy, and I realized it could be chaotic. So maybe you can allude to that. Was there a lot of practice? Or was there a lot of training on the lanes? What do you guys think was going on there?
Well, we got this. I got asked to AFC about, I don't know, 15 days ago probably.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
And
14
and
days ago.
so I don't think there was a lot. The prep was certainly chaotic, and I think I think that that's really exacerbated in what you saw by the fact that the actual game, the map game today was absolutely bonkers, because things were consistently cut off. Power Reg, Gurney Dam, and Hurricane Power Reg and Gurney Dam were cut off for us a couple times. They had all that other stuff behind there cut off, so we were cutting each other off, and the map state was terrible. So you had to have people ready to move, and sometimes the easiest way to do that is to redeploy into the spawn room.
How come your tactics like changed? Like you did a really good like recapture on Power Reg, and you brought 3 Sundays onto point. Yet all the other times that we saw you attacking it or try and defend it, you had no Sundays at all, or you had 1 Sunday, but it was outside the point room rather than inside the point. Like, was that just down to the squad leaders not using force multipliers, or was that just
disconnected from your channel?
I think a lot of that has to do with what skill is there and how much time we actually have to prep. Like that was the 3 Sundays was the opening, right? So there was an armor column that was pulled, and they probably got there at that point in time.
Yeah. What about Fallout?
Because vehicles are slow.
So Fallout, like from Team Blue, how much time in prep did you have in setting up as the FC, and how much time did the
same,
team...
man. We started preps 2 weeks ago.
But
2.5 weeks ago or something, and then slowly ramping it up with force structure between leaders, and then they do the details during the last week and a half or something.
But both of you are experienced commanders anyway, so I suppose that helped towards obviously your positions. So
we've both been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I mean, you got any parting words, I should say, before we head off?
No, I think it was well fought, and even though the score doesn't look close, it was definitely on edge for about the first 45 minutes. It was really, at the very least, the first 45 minutes. It could have been very different.
I think if you were a little bit more lucky as NC on Woodman, and was able to cut off the entire territory to the south of it, I think things would have been a lot different for you guys. But unfortunately, you just didn't have enough time to be able to just turn that over and before the end of the match, unfortunately. So you seem to be fighting for a good 10 minutes just on around 2 bases. So it was very well fought. It was really enjoying to watch, and like I say, it was definitely chaotic and hectic throughout the entire front line. So it's really enjoyable. So thanks for that.
Thank you.
Any last words, Fallout? Others we head off?
No, GG. Well played. Match.
Awesome. Right. Well, me and Nico will jump up. Thanks very much, guys. You have a lovely time.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
See you next time, boys.
Thank you very much.
User left your channel. You were moved. User joined your channel.
Right. Well, that's us. Hooray.
Indeed. It was good.
What a match.
Enjoyed it. It was
despite what they're saying, so they were focusing purely on a strategic level. Tactically wise, I still feel it was lacking compared to what we've seen before, but it was still a fantastic game. Chaotic, back and forth, and everything was just a mess, and that's awesome for you. It has enough lanes to let that chaos happen.
That's Planetside for you as well. You know, it's just complete mayhem everywhere. You know,
I think that Planetside can be a bit more beautiful than it was today.
Well,
yeah, I agree. When you have the forces more diversified rather than just 96+ fights, it's still awesome. There is no other game out there in the internet that does combined arms like this. But when you put like 100 people on one particular building, no one's having fun there.
Yeah, that's just the one who is going to drop the most pop onto base. Tactics matter and luck matter. We've seen this onto Woodman AIC, but yeah, that really showed. When we had the server smash with the cup between the servers, I think we had more interesting plays. Now we're just dumping population on bases.
Well, it's more of a
and-
fun thing. It's a community thing. So you still don't have the tight knit thing. So I don't think you can hold server smash and community smash in the same bracket. It is still a smash, and then how it plays. But it's at the end of the day, it's supposed to be. I use the word fun and enjoyable.
Use
right?
that lightly.
It's not supposed to be maximum cheese, and by cheese I mean maximum force multiplier and every possible ounce and way to win the game. You gotta have a good time, but I don't know when the next community smash is gonna be. Probably gonna have to be arranged and wrangled and whatnot, and I don't know if there's gonna be another server smash or a smash in general. So in terms of that answer, we hope everyone who is watching has enjoyed this and enjoys the rods and the replays and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that was the first time we had the triple POV of each camera though. So
run by Corliss, yep. So if that's another thing to give us some feedback perhaps as well on Reddit, whether you liked that, whether you even bothered watching it, or if you haven't watched the triple view pack, maybe you should go back and watch Corliss's VOD and check that out and see what it's like. But as for us, Nico, I think this is us. I don't think there's anything else really to cover.
No, I'd like to say it was enjoyable. It was it was the same chaos and mayhem it was before, and it's always a pleasure to be able to bring this to you guys on a regular basis. I think the last Smash was a couple of months ago, so hopefully the next one is going to be another couple of months, so we can bring some more triple POV point of view streams again.
During the tournament, it used to be 2 a weekend for week after week after week. My goodness, that was Smash heaven. All right, well, I'm gonna head off. I'll catch you later, Nico and Ati, and just we'll see you all around, right?
Yeah. See you later, mate.
Yeah.
Cheers, bye.
See you later, Ati. Take it easy, man.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, well, that's me. I'm gonna take a break for now. I'm just gonna go get a drink. Have a quick chill down, and then I'll probably be back for some more normal streaming. So I want to call the Smash stream to an end now. So I'll be back in around 20-30 minutes or so for some more games. I might play some Planetside. I don't know yet. It's a bit late now, but I'll certainly back. So be sure to come back and check it out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was fun. It was great. Congrats to the winners. TR 60%. To 38% on the final territory. It's well fought. Some really good pulls, especially that 10-point cap across the back of the NC front line. That was such a good move, such a good tactical move when they were held up at Akan Biolab. So
user disconnected from your channel.
Yeah, so hope you enjoy it. Mass, it was Brewbacker and Fallout for NC and Maddox and Shigok for TR. So. Anyway, take it easy, and I'll be back very shortly for some more games. So, thanks for joining, everyone. Do appreciate it, and take it easy. Bye for now.